Misaki! Hello there! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. I had to sneeze, I'm sorry. I'm trying to resist the urge to sneeze again, but no. No more sneezing! Please don't sneeze. I think I am allergic to myself, clearly. Okay, I feel better now. No more sneeze. Please don't sneeze. No sneeze. No sneeze. Ooh, the Garden of Sui. Ooh. Brother, you. And around the different lavas. Yeah, feel better or else. Because of maintenance knows. I'm excited for the Minos event later on. Ooh, Perfumer, Erato, and Palace. Hi, Perfumer. Like, you're so good on the team. Let's see how she goes. Like, heck, I was debating exercising after work, but I got lazy, so I just laid down and napped for a bit. Hehehe. Which means after this I should exercise. So, Perfumer file. Basic info, codename Perfumer. Gender female. Combat experience 1 year. Place of birth Minos. Date of birth January 30. Raised Fopo. Height 158 centimeters. Infection status. Infection confirmed by medical examination. Physical exam. Physical strength normal. Mobility standard. Physical resilience normal. Tactical acumen standard. Combat skill standard. Originium arts assimilation excellent. Profile. Lena the Perfumer is from a renowned, well-off Minosian family. Unfamiliar with the ways of the world, her race prides themselves on their keen sense of smell, but hers is outstanding even among the Volpo. Give Lena a special edge in the world of perfume making. I want to get more smells. Usually still use Perfumer as your go-to operator in IS. She's broke, he wants to give her the right relics. I love that. She gets global healing just by being there. She's great. She joined Rhodes Island through regular application channels, overseeing the convalescent garden and providing assistance to operators as needed. Clinical analysis, imaging tests on this operator showed blurry outline of internal organs with visible unusual dark spots. Unusually high concentrations of originium particles were present in her circulatory system, indicating infection and confirming her as infected at this stage. Cell originium assimilation 3%. Minor infection, no signs of crystal formation. Blood originium crystal density 0.2. No immediate physical threat, more observation required. Archive File 1. Lena's uncanny sense of smell made her who she is today. She can sniff out a particular good at the marketplace or track down any individual at Rhodes Island with her nose alone. She could probably earn a decent living off those abilities, but her perfectionist bent ultimately led her to the craft of medicinal perfumes. Medicinal perfumes? I want to try that kind of thing. It's a challenge for Lena, but one she accepted and dominated through her diligence and commitment to the idea that combining perfume with modern medicine would open up new possibilities, especially in the field of psychology. Archive File 2. Lena was raised in a prosperous family without having to work for a living, allowing her to pursue her passions with little to no risk. She loved nature, plants, and especially the smell of flowers and sunshine. Choosing becoming a perfumer was her way of expressing that passion. Lena worked hard and dedicated herself to perfumes, eventually deciding to develop her own business without help from her family. In the early stages, she struggled due to her inexperience. Nothing was going right, but with pride and confidence befitting the member of a prestigious clan, she turned setbacks into motivation and pushed past the lows. Whenever she lifted up one of her plants with mud-covered hands, she would feel invigorated by the scent of a brand new aroma. Yeah, good for her. Trying perfumes makes you think of that scene where in her buddy tastes a sample fruit spray. Mmm. Yum. Archive File 3. While working at the convalescent garden at Rhodes Island, she, with Dr. Kelsey's permission, converted an unused space into a little greenhouse. She moved her plants there and set up a perfume workshop. The aromatic blends she made with different plants could elicit intense feelings and even hallucinations. She used it as an auxiliary therapy that proved helpful to the mentally ill patients, partially affected by erythropathy. Archivile 4. While running the convalescent garden, Lena's gentleness, patience, and understanding, as well as the intoxicating aromas of her perfumes, made her favorite among the operators. With assistance from the medical staff, Lena started accepting some patients needing therapy. The most notable case has been Operator Nightmare, a weak feline suffering from a split personality caused by erythropathy. Under Lena's care, Nightmare's condition has come under control, and the two are now great friends. Aw, it's cute. Among the crowd frequenting the greenhouse, the doctor caught Lena's notice. Lena has made it a personal mission to care for the doctor. Did we go to the first one already? I forgot. If not, I'll start with the refurbishment plans. So refurbishment plans, flowers grow and gardens expand. Early morning. Rhodes Island dormitories. Perfumer's dormitory. That should make for enough space. For the output, I'll probably need to tweak the cultivation method for this section. And then here... Miss Lena, I've got reports for you. Is that Podenko? Come right in. That should be the first record, right? Good morning, Miss Lena. Good morning, Podenko. Here's the inventory list you wanted, and the completed order form. Thank you. Inventory figures all seem to line up. Order information is crystal clear too, and the budget attached seems alright. There's a problem or two in plain sight though. I wonder if she'll notice. You've done very well handling all this documenting all by yourself. It feels very simple to do compared to caring for the plants. Only... she noticed? It caught my eye. Orders and appointments, more and more people coming in lately. A little extra work's okay, and I can cope if I sleep a bit later, but... we just don't have enough raw material. Right, the garden floor's output can't keep up anymore. If we keep burning through them at our current rates, we'll be out of fresh flowers to make things in a month. Yo, they're so popular. Good for them, but at the same time, oh no. If we can, I'd like to apply to purchase a few plants. That way, we can buy ourselves a little time while we think of a solution. Do you think that would be okay, miss? What to do? Miss, why are you still so calm? The flowers are going to run out, aren't they? Don't worry, we'll find a way. Here, come sit. Have a cup of tea and take a breather. It just so happens that I have a few questions I'd like your opinion on. Oh, if you really say so, miss. Let me ask, with Rhodes Island roving all over Terra year-round, do you have a stable supplier to sell to you? If you leave it to logistics hands, they can probably work something out. But we can't trouble them with everything. There's always more important things for them to eke out, channels, and spend their funds on. Isn't that right? Oh. If the logistics department's operators made contact with the supplier, but the other side couldn't meet our requirements, what then? You have to consider, we painstakingly assembled the garden's plant life from across Terra. Certain few rare plants or even special kinds not permitted to be bought or sold. Hello, hello. You hate to tell me that Perfumer dies in the story? No! She better not! She will live forever! If we made an order, they had no way of fulfilling our needs, what then? Then maybe we can purchase the more common ones, free up some space, and plant all the rare flowers? Like the Rugosa roses, maybe? What do you think? There's a silly idea I had as well. You're right, they're the flower we use the most of, and the easiest to purchase at that. Podenko, do you still remember the roses you planted when you grew up? Then do you feel any particular difference between the roses back home and the ones in the garden? The roses back home had a lighter kind of aroma. It was less of a flower and more like one of our local fruits, really. Oh, this is her record. First one. The ones here have a much stronger fragrance, but they don't make your nose wrinkle either. They're really nice smelling, miss. See? Both the Rugosa roses are the same, yet they're so different. How can we make sure flowers from a supplier have the same qualities as the ones we grow here? We would certainly treat those flowers like our own in use, but in the off chance an operator feels unwell using our goods because of that minute change in ingredients, I would be betraying the doctor's trust. Not to mention, despite being roses, some varieties aren't easy to purchase. Do you still remember the ones growing in the freezer compartment? They may be roses still, but in their nature, and their medical nature above all, it's very different from the roses growing on the farms, because they only grow in the northern tundras of Ursus, and the medical departments specially entrusted me with their cultivation. Ooh, ice roses. I could never just freeze any rose I fancied and hand it over to Dr. Kelsey, could I? I'm sorry, miss. I didn't think about any of this. Oh, it's quite alright. You've thought through a great deal already. You should be proud. Miss Lena, the way it sounds, you must have a plan you can tell me. What to do, indeed. Well then, let's shutter the convalescent garden. Huh? Miss Lena, you can't even consider closing down. I've had a clear mind about it the entire time. Lean in here a little, take a look at this. This is... the convalescent garden remodeling plan. I've already discussed it with the doctor, who's agreed to clear the neighboring storehouse and incorporate it into the garden entirely. This way, we can have more space for planting, provide an area for guests to relax, set up a dedicated aromatherapy room, and your little greenhouse can even get a fix-up alongside. Ooh, what event had that "this is why I stayed" moment? For you, you would say it was Lone Trail and the IS for Disfables in Chapter 14. I know the reason why I started the game. Just because of Mudrock. The name Mudrock. Simply because her name entertained me. And I was like, oh, so this is Mudrock. Oh, hi, Mudrock. And then I got Mudrock, so woohoo! Like, part of that was the motivation, which is so funny. But I'm not sure for the, like, why I stay and continue moment. Like, it's just been fun. I only remember the why started. And the why started is so cursed. It's like, I like the name Mudrock because it's funny. Can I expand mine too? Yes. That's wonderful. Moreover, I'm preparing to move my own dormitory in there. You're going to live in the garden? It takes too much time to get there from the dormitories after all, so I thought to myself, I might as well just live there. Part of the research room will be merged with my own room. This way I can actually save on quite a bit of space. The thing is... when is it? The workload will be a bit too much for just us two alone. It just so happens we'll have much more space to build an even larger greenhouse. Could I trouble you to find an operator for the task and bring them over for me? We'll need someone good with botany and greenhouse construction, right? Right. Then I'll go and find someone now. When I do, I'll get in touch with you, miss. Take care on your way. She's grown a little more every day I see her. Perhaps this time, I'll be able to just sit back and supervise? Really, that Miss Kelsey, I grumbled to her and mentioned the poor plant quality, and she hands a whole convalescent garden straight off into my back. Planning, measuring, cultivation, every last little thing, left for me to start out on my own. And I... did exactly as she told, learning as I set things up. At least I could grow some flowers and give something or other to Olive Rhodes Island. And now... now I can have Podenko build some strength too. I'll just get everything set up, sit on the sidelines, and give myself a little holiday of sorts. Phew. Huh. Let's have some tea and rest. I can't believe it's just the two of them, though, taking care of the entire garden. Like, sheesh. Tea bags. Tea bags. Oh my goodness. Event story, let's see. Gabriel's event was just so much insanity. I love that one. Heck, even the one with Dolly. Dolly the sheep. How far are we in the main story? Fully caught up. Midday. Rhodes Island dormitories. Perfumer's dormitory. This area shouldn't need any more alterations. Oh, I'm a little peckish now. I wonder what to eat today. I'm even hallucinating the smell of food. Yeah, chapter 16. Hold on, is this... Sniff, sniff. How come I never smelled any flower like this aboard the island before? Just give me a little bit, just a tiny patch, and things will be gold. All my little metal crabs are starting to grow up, and the new generation's gonna come into the world pretty soon too. So for the sake of a new life, have me some space and you'll be a winner. If I don't have enough farm room, I'll raise them in the dorms, seriously. I mean, they're not gonna cause a ruckus, but I don't think that all the nice misses living there are gonna be happy. Ugh, can't you be a little flexible? Ugh, I'm done with you. I'll find someone else. I read the events as they came along. The Lappy event was fun too. Like, the summer one just hit different. You seem to be dealing with something or other. Is there anything I can help with? Afternoon, I'm Lena, the perfumer. I'm responsible for managing the convalescent garden and tending to the plants. Nice to meet you, Lena. I'm Beanstalk. It's about lunchtime right now. If it's convenient for you, perhaps we can eat together? We can chat over our food that way. Huh, really? It just so happens I'm a little hungry too. Food. So you specialize in metal crab farming, is that right? Yep, they're all my sweet little darlings. They're not like those wild metal crabs. They're tame and obedient. Some of them love people more than anything. Like little P here. Blinks. May I pet it? Go right ahead. P's not scared of strangers. I want to pet the P. It's not aggressive one bit. Well then. And the fragrance is definitely coming from the flowers on top of its head. I've never scented this before. Perhaps it's an uncommon plant species? It's not heavy, but it has staying power, and its aroma is very stable too. It might not be bad as a base fragrance. As for medicinal value, that has to wait until the harvesting and further analysis. What you frozen there for, Miss Lena? What's on your mind? I'm very sorry about that, just a bout of occupational disease. Pea scent is very pleasant, I have to say. I want to smell pea. That's also bad out of context. Pea as in P-E-A. The metal crab, that pea. Really? Thank you. That's an amazing opinion to get from an expert. If I might be so bold to ask, would I be allowed to pick the flower on Pea's head? Go right on. They snip them off each other or eat them when they're all playing together, you know? But they grow back real fast. Is it a stable, symbiotic sort of plant? How interesting. Perhaps I could ask and see if Beanstalk would help me plant some. I've been wanting to keep a few docile animals in the garden, but just couldn't ever find a suitable breed. This might just be my chance. Well then, could you hear out a request of mine? I'm all ears. I'm actually awfully interested in the plants on these little friends' heads. These flowers are exceptionally unique. This is my first time ever seeing them. If we worked on a specific application for them, I can guarantee they'd be very precious as a material. I just so happened to overhear your chat with the logistics operator. You're worrying over cultivation space as well, aren't you? I'm thinking I can give you some room to settle your little friends down in. For real? For real indeed. If this works out, I can only presume everyone will reap the rewards. As long as these little ones are kept and raised well, they don't scamper all about in the greenhouse. At appropriate times, they interact with operators coming to the garden too. They're all personally raised by me, and they're not hostile with people. You got no worries. Thank you for your guarantee. It's a great reassurance. As for contract, I'll leave drawing that up to you if that's fine. We can talk over any associated expenditures and costs when the time comes. Bzzd. Ooh, have fun catching up. I'm sorry, that's my terminal. It's me. You found somebody? Good, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll come over right now. Alright, see you in a moment. Apologies, Beanstalk, but there's a thing or two that needs me. I'll be heading off first. This is my card. If you have the contract ready, you can contact me whenever. Sounds good, Lena. Thanks a million. You're a real good one, you know. You can find good ones anywhere. You only find someone as caring and sisterly as me right here. See you later. Rose Island Landship, outside the convalescent garden. Miss, I'm over here. Podenko, where's your operator? Why don't I only see a small tractor? Bagpipe's behind it. She'll come over just in a moment. Bagpipe! Ah, there you are. Been a long time, perfumer. I brought some soil over here for Podenko. Already got all the ratios set up like you best want them. I can kick things off whenever, just waiting for you to open up the door. All I know is perfumer on my team. Cause I like using her too, she's great. Though I'm happy for perfumer that her life seems decent. She was able to chase her dreams. Gave some of it grinding down after I noticed the grain was a bit too coarse, so now that should make it easier some to mix. She ground down volcanic rock. Miss Lena, what's wrong? You look a little pale. Do you feel unwell, maybe? Bagpipe, can I bother you just a second? Aye, go ahead. I'll help however I can. As long as I can. Then I'd like you to please take the soil you mixed and separate it. You've mixed it wrong. Oop. So sorry, I'm sorry. I thought you were mixing the soil for flowers before you scattered it around in the big shed. Miss, please, don't be upset. I wasn't aware of it as well. I'm terribly sorry. Huh? Oh, so be it. I can't blame him after all. I've done much stupider things. I did once take an engineering vehicle and floor it all the way until I bumped into the cafeteria. How did she do that? So this is Bagpipe. She's very familiar with agriculture, that's true. She should be able to help out. Let's ask her to... After I'm done with a few choice angry words. Bagpipe? Please, next time, never pull this sort of practical joke again. Oh, I wasn't. Growing flowers in the garden and growing vegetables in plots are very unlike. We're not trying to plant bulk monocultures in a finite space here. Please understand that. Oh, got it. We can't plant flowers in the soil now. Let's just use it for the farm's base layer when the time comes. The farm? Ooh. There's gonna be an improvement on Beagle? Huh. Well, it's gonna be interesting in Boulevard IS. We're amending your refurbishment plans a little, since I'd like to raise some of Beanstalk's little metal crabs. We can go over it in more detail once we head back. If you don't need me, I'll just be heading home now. That's fine. Drive the tractor away first. Got it. After all, we haven't even started today, so we won't need it. Store the mixed soil at your place since for now we don't have anywhere to dump it. Alright. Once you're done, come drop by my dormitory room. There's still plenty I'll need to trouble you with. Oh. Eh? What's wrong? Can I still, help out? You're not cross with me? I am cross, of course I'm cross. But even if I'm cross, we still have to get things done. Are you saying you're not ready to help us? Of course I am. Aw, bless you, Nena. You're a sweetheart. If you wouldn't mind, please call me Lena. I think Nena sounds a little cuter though. We've still got plenty of work to do today, so let's head back for now, Budenko. Alright. And move fast, Bagpipe. There's still a good deal of work that I need to trust you with. Don't try and dodge the subject. I see how it is, alright. I'll be right there. Rhodes Island Dormitories. Perfumer's Dormitory. I'll leave planning and refurbished area to you. We might have more room to grow our plants, but we still want to save as much space as we can. We'll hand this section over to Beanstalk for farm use. I'll be regularly picking those symbiotic flowers of theirs up to you too. And the section along the side, that'll be my new residence then. The leftover materials from building the greenhouse will be enough for me. There'll be no need to procure anything special. That's the rough state of things. Alright. Nena, I'm here. Come in. I've got everything all prepared already. Just tell me what you need me for. I'd like to leave all the definitive build details tasked to you. Getting your big shed set up? I'm no stranger to that. I'll also need help with get in touch with Rhodes Island's construction team. Even less of a problem, I know all the operators in charge of repair works up by the agriculture area. Just leave it all to us, Miss Lena. If I could actually leave it all up to you two, that'd be marvelous. The convalescent garden will be closed while refurbishment is ongoing. I'll be responsible for growing and daily care of the plants in the original garden, and providing continued aromatherapy to operators who depend on it like Miss Pasqualetti. Construction time is limited to a month. I think we should be able to complete refurbishments in around 25 days. Oh, it's pretty fast. Budenko, could I ask you to repeat what task I just allocated to you? Right, miss. I need to plan out the refurbished area, and make some room for your new dormitory and Beanstalk's farm. And then? What material sheets to use, how to partition the plants, how to harvest Beanstalk's little metal crab flowers. Have you considered any of those yet? It seems like she still hasn't decided. I can't just toss her all alone into her work. I'll still have to give her some directions. Girl, you just gave her barely any time to think. You just... like, holy cow, this quizzing. Like, sheesh. I think it was a well-off family. We can go back to the files afterwards. Our deadline's very tight this go-around. We don't have any time for her to take things slowly. A holiday. That'll have to wait after all. Don't worry, just in case, I was asking. I'll be in the garden all throughout refurbishment, so if there's anything here or there you don't understand, you can come and ask me. I'll be moving my things over bit by bit from this dormitory, so it all works out. That should be more or less it. Do any of you have any questions? I always thought you only knew flowers, Nena, but you've got your head wrapped around so much. It takes doing things yourself, before you understand how they should be done. So you mean, way back then, everything in the garden was all your work? There's always some things other people can't help with. Things you can only really sort out for yourself. I thought you'd be the type to order other people to work, miss. How would I order anyone without having personally done it before? Our every drop of sweat now is the experience we'll direct others with in the future. Do your best. I hope you'll learn successfully enough and set up your own independent work. Ideally, even take on an apprentice. Miss, there's no way I could. When we have new operators assigned to the Garden of Future, you'll be their senior. And come that time, it'll be your responsibility to teach them. Then I'll truly be able to leave the work to you, and I can sit back and give orders. Miss Lena! For now, just answer those few questions for me, okay? Just let me think a little bit more. Miss? Some problems you just need to figure out for yourself, you know? Aww. Don't worry, take it slowly. The day's still long. Learn well, Podenko. I know you can do this. I'm so curious about the rest of her family. Yes, more Stasia. Let's see though. Yep. Lena was raised in a prosperous family without having to work for a living. Like, that's amazing. Imagine not having to work for a living. Hello, hello. Like, good for you, perfumer. Good for you. Now for how old trees grow. It's no mere nostalgia nor simple hatred. Perhaps this complicated feeling is what you call homesickness. Ooh, home stuff. I'm sorry, father, mother. I've been infected with neuropathy. Your line of work would never let an infected take over, so now I'm free to do what I want to do, aren't I? I know I can't stay in our home any longer. I'll move out as soon as I can. Don't worry about me. I'm completely able to care for myself now, and I don't need to trouble my family for anything. But if it's alright, could you leave my flower garden where it is? They're just plants. Neuropathy won't mar their purity. Please, let me say goodbye. I wonder what her family does. Winter. The aroma of sawdust from the firewoods upon the altar. Relics. The nose of clay and moss within the temple. Nightfall. The scent of the thickets dew in Helia's mountains. Sunset. The taste of honey. Of honey? During my time in the Hall of the 12 Heroes, I always made it each evening's custom to watch the sun as I imbibed a glass of mead. The dusk through the glass was golden as honey was. I love honey. Oh, the flavor such as tea, such as that. How greatly I yearn, so greatly. And yeah, 12 heroes. Very unique, but very understandable too. That's why we've done this. Just describing the situation can easily let us make associations with scents and then match the scene well. And vice versa, when we smell a clear scent, we'll associate with the relevant scene. So, Miss Lena, do you believe that the use of similar methods can rouse Miss Gloria's memories? Scent is emotionally evocative power. If the information within a scent is rich enough, then the brain will associate with clear direction too. And it's not out of the question it'll connect us to what concrete memories it may. Best drunk nun. This may be a reliable treatment method for Miss Gloria in response to your condition. I should not interrogate your professional judgment, nor complain of the weight of these plant specimens. I only hold some questions. Why do we not bring Miss Gloria back here with us directly? As a medic operator with no footing ability, I need others to accompany me when I'm going a ways away. You're the one I'm pulling along this time, Lady Priestess. As for why we can't bring Gloria back, it's a sad thing, but the state of her health doesn't let her travel long distances. Besides, bringing her into familiar surroundings may not do wholly positive things for her. Hello, hello. Just like in a play, a more unadulterated scenario resonates more easily with an audience's mood. Too great a mix of information may well make it hard for one to catch the important things. Take right here, right now. I imagine you have a hard time giving an overall unique impression for the city, in the midst of all these scents. Quite true. Frigid air bites in my nose, mingled with dust and soot. It is self-same as other modern cities I've visited. But I noticed too, in the air, a faintly scattered scent out of the ordinary, with the perfume of cream and wheat. Is this the fragrance of bread? Ooh, bread! Ha, hello miss. Please take two and have a taste on me. I thank you greatly. Such warm and exquisite flavor. I extol your craft from the heart. Thanks for the kind words. If you're fond, would you mind spreading the word for me then? Assuredly. Such fine flavor deserves to be experienced by more. Miss Lena, would you sample one? I'll be fine for now. You really do harmonize with people just like that, Palace. To converse is a thing of pleasure. I may gain knowledge from it and sharpen my thought. But our task here is to gather the necessary materials as quickly as possible. If we accidentally expose our infected identity through enough contact with others, it'll mean unnecessary hassle in turn. If the girl knew we were infected, would she have been as friendly as she was? Darling Lena, assume no ill will in others before you meet them. As the great forebear said, even as you meet a century of wicked souls, ne'er conclude the century and first would then do evil. If that was the case, I can't see why our lives would be the way they are then. Miss Lena? No, don't mind it. I'm just being oversensitive. There's a lot of materials we need to get our mitts on. Let's seize the moment. Judging by the thickness of the wayside bushes, the city's climate must lean on the drier side. Its average yearly rainfall is probably around the 500 milliliters range. The ecology of plant life here oughtn't be too complex. It seems we're in for a bit of less work than I imagined. I seem to have seen this tree in your greenhouse before, Miss Lena. Is it of the same kind? Not at all. This one is a Victorian cypress, and the tree in the greenhouse is a Minoan fir. People might often confuse the two thanks to their scale leaves, but they're actually completely separate. I knew the perfuming, but not that you were so well versed in botanic studies too. My... Nature itself is an endlessly giving store of scents and sources. If you want to be a good perfumer, you can't do without a knowledge of plants. I've seen many rare plants from Minos to Internet-kun, are you working again? Please work again. Let me just double check my settings real quick. I feel fear. I feel all fear, all pain. Yeah, don't mind me. Just looking at everything right now. Wow. Okay, welcome back. Thank you. I was like, Internet, please don't die. Don't die on me right now. It's not like I'm doing anything like super duper heavy with downloads. Sheesh, though. That scared me. I was like, little bro, did you break the Wi-Fi box again? The curse of it being in his room and not my room. I've seen many a rare plant from Minos in your convalescent garden. Many were to me only names I've read in books before. I imagine you two must long deeply for all the green that grows in Minos. Plants have their own charm, and there's nothing to do with where they're growing. Strange, how do the tree ferns thrive in such an environment here? Do they have tenders? If I may be forthcoming, something you said has rather lingered in my mind. Miss Lena, you left your home due to neuropathy too, didn't you? Not a prominent scent, but it has a base aroma much like air. I'll need a sample and take notes. Palace, could you grab a number 3 test tube for me? I'm sorry, what were you just saying? A number 3 test tube, is this it? No, the one to the right. A size larger. Yes, thank you. Ooh, yes, some Minos trivia. Sounds good. Why did I leave my home? It's complicated, I'll say that. Too much time has passed to recall how I felt back then more than vaguely. I just remembered a lot of regret and disappointment had piled up. And all that was left in the end was the idea of, I have to leave home. Ooh, Minos is a Terran country bordering Sargon and the mountain range of Trag. A confederacy of 3 major city-states practicing a classical democracy overseen by religious priesthoods. Minos is famous for being a pacifist patron of arts. It's warrior culture that gives birth to high-quality weapons and soldiers, and the popular cult of hero veneration centering the 12 heroes of Mount Himnoi. Ooh, centering on the 12 heroes. And yes, we back. As one of the surviving classical civilizations of Terra, the Minoan civilization was said to be traced back to the mythical era when a legendary heroine led several homeless refugees to build a homeland free of strife, which laid the foundation of the Minoan hero cult. For the next few centuries, Minos remained undisturbed from the outside world until the 10th century, when Imperial Sargon forcefully annexed the city-states and brought it under its control, lasting for more than a century. Ooh, I want to hear more about the mysterious lady. Hello, legendary heroine. I wonder if the legendary heroine would get along with, like, some of the other high-ranking ladies, like inside of Chirag, our priestesses. Like, you go, girls. Every traveler has what they cannot help. In that respect, you and I surely have melancholies around to share, hard as it is to tell them to others. You're overblowing it, Palace. It's all bygones by now. I found somewhere to belong and something of a career. There's not much regret to have, really. And yeah, no wonder she felt that kind of way. My dear countrywoman, though I pull this ailing body far from native soil, I still sense to this day that the call of Minos is every alpine rock, every breath of field and forest. There may be a day I hope with all my heart that we can return to our home. The Sargonian Imperial Force was eventually driven out of Minos under the leadership of the 12 heroes, and Minos has been undergoing an era of recovery while remaining alert to Sargon's return, leading to various skirmishes between the two nations in the present day. Oh my. Sorry, that was careless of me. Lena. Palace, would you mind leaving the topic alone for now? Lena? You never did anything wrong, it's just one accident, and then they took away everything you were, everything you're worth. You can understand that, can't you? With what you've gone through? Do you treat that all like it's nothing? Just little grapes and grudges we don't need to resent or to let get to us? What I cannot deny is that these lands are especially ruthless to the infected. I too once asked if this was unjust of fate, but in the end, faith and hope still triumphed over the resentment. Lena, of course, I have no right to tell you that you should shed bad blood. I simply ask, of the soil that nurtured us, or perhaps of your friends and family, is there any attachment that still remains? You're right, you're exactly right. But what drove me from home wasn't eripathy. It was my family who abandoned me when they had no use for me. It was the people who saw me and didn't care. The friends who found it all so funny. Sheesh, everything turned upside down as soon as she got eripathy. To this day, Minos is still about passing on all those romantic epics, the stories of heroes. What you and I have suffered, what all the infected have suffered, could only ever be unsightly errors in the tales. Like, that's a big difference from her files. Palace for you, Minos is a place worth cherishing. It's where your dreams and convictions lie. But to me, it's nothing but a name that I wish I could forget. I'm sorry, I got flustered. No, I should be sorry. I'm profuse with apology that I roused your worst recollections. It's fine, anyway. There's more important things to do now than get bogged down in unhappy memories. Well spoken. We must find some meaning now to dilute the melancholies of days past. Dallas Wood? An extinct tree, if I recall. Does it hold any special significance for you, Miss Lena? What is a Dallas Wood doing here? On a hillside of bracken and weeds stands a lofty ancient tree. Its trunk is still arrow straight, but not at all unyielding. Its rough bark appears weather-beaten. The sparse foliage resembles a tattered umbrella, only smatters of leaves left hanging on its branches. The Dallas Wood, grown in Minos and only in Minos, renowned for its timber sturdy beyond compare, a synonym for stalwart in poem and play. When Sargon invaded, the invaders wrought unbridled destruction on our culture, so as to crush our faith, and this tree was one among the sacrifices. After heroic soldiers repelled the invaders, not a soul in Minos ever saw such a tree again. If not for its accounts in old texts, the people might have thought it a species from legend. How can you be so sure that this tree before us is a Dallas Wood, Miss Lena? Palace, can I borrow your weapon for a moment? In by sword and by axe, no trace could be left, so the epics noted, but one light chop here severed a branch. and the Dayless Woods illustrations certainly didn't seem so thin and frail. The same plants growing in different environments can present extremely different characters, but it's just like how we wouldn't mistake a berry for a savra, even though people's looks can vary so greatly. The leaves' sawtooth outline, the red veining around its edges, and their extremely short stalk, these features are all identical to the historic records. Though the timber is looser and weaker thanks to the different surroundings, it's kept hold of its neat and detailed grain, and there's still only resin left on the inside of the bark. Oily resin left on the inside of the bark. There's no mistaking it. What's most important, this tree has a scent of Minos. A breeze blows past, the vegetation about them somber in the twilight season. The frail old tree nods in the wind, as if greeting another fellow countryman who's come from afar. Dayless Woods have been rumored long extinct, and this tree seems to be decades in age. But as to how, I wonder, did it arrive in these foreign lands? Maybe fall leaves carrying its fruit, maybe wind blowing its seeds. There's times when nature gives life wonderful opportunities, but it takes life with no mercy more frequently still. Pallas, I'd like to save this tree. But now isn't the season for trees to flower, and moving it, roots and all, is more unaskable still. In the face of it, I may have a plan. I'm not too willing to do this, but I have no other choice. Pallas, back in Minos, did you ever act in the theater? I want to see the tree get better. I want to see the super tough tree that cannot be broken with an axe or sword. Like, that sounds amazing. Ooh yeah, they might have a fairy motor beast lord residing in their land, and I want to see them and befriend them. Hello.
Huff, huff. This road is treacherous and a half. What the devil are the city planners up to? Miss Lena, what makes you ask me to meet you here?
Mr. William, it's been a while. I'm awfully sorry. It's difficult for infected to show themselves in public, so I had no choice but for you to make the run.
Such a shame. Too many fools in these lands, ridden by their prejudices. No, nothing that I mean to offend your father. I paid him a visit not long ago, and he's still fit as a fiddle in his old age. But as your good friend, Miss Lena, I'm well aware of your worth. No, the worth of your perfumery. How's Ripathy meant to tarnish that? Under your guidance, our firm's perfumes have been taking all Victoria by storm the moment they release. Annual turnover has passed 3 million Victorian pounds. It's simply art.
Dang! That's a lot of money. Oh, well and good. We know all you did was steal my recipes. If I never left home, would you have still dared? Besides, just 3 million? Just 3 million? Girl! I thought 3 million was impressive. She's like, just 3 million? Wow, I could do so much better. Holy cow. Like, sheesh. Ooh. That'd be fun we get the 3-headed Cerberus in the legends. Pet the dog. Let me introduce you. This is Mr. William, my friend. My friend, a perfume artisan famous in Victoria. And this is a fellow Minoan of mine, Pallas, who's in your line of work too. Mr. William, I've heard much of you, but I'd heard some tell in Minos too. I see today that you truly do seem the part of an artist of perfumes.
Good to meet you, good to meet you. I assume since we're in the same business is why Miss Lena here introduces you?
It certainly is, business. But to be clear about it, I'm hoping you can help us out with something, seeing how we've been friends all this time.
Help you out?
This perfume is one of my works. I do not boast, but as a Minoan product, it is too a household name. I have plans to create a perfume brand with it at its core too. Mr. William, perfume is our trade, and selling is our living. Our pursuit surely lies not only in money, but the hope of passing fragrance and happiness onto all corners of these lands.
Ha ha, you make fine sense. So, what exactly are you trying to get at?
Ahem. Miss Pallas, Mr. William, is a friend of mine. He won't mind frank talk from you. Tell him about your troubles. Get to the point, Of course, I should be candid in the presence of friends. Mr. William, I like to bring my work to the Victorian market. The materials for this perfume are by and large no issue, but the most important ingredient, a kind of tree, formerly could only be found in Minos. Perhaps it was some will from above that I would that I should have found the same tree in the city too. Do look, please.
This leaf is your main ingredient then? Definitely has a unique scent about it. In a perfume, it brings more overall calmness, classicalness, unlike any wood-scented perfume in the market today.
A Minoan juniper. To find a mark of its growth in a city proves that it can adapt to this climate. Therefore, I wish to contract for a plot of soil in the city to plant them in bulk. But as a foreign merchant, the procedures pose me great challenges. Thus, I hope you may lend me a helping hand in this matter.
I would like to say that's easier said than done, even with my connections.
Mr. William, since you're talking business, we may as well cut to the core. You needn't worry about this brand occupying your market. You need only be ready to aid me, and I will of course repay profits to you. What say you to this? For the first year in the market, we remain wholly dependent on your marketing channels.
Ha ha ha. I could never. Miss Lena and I are friends, and even if there was nothing in it for me, it's still right of me to lend an ear. I'm just curious, Miss Lena. Do you also say this perfume has a potential to sustain a brand?
I wouldn't dare run my mouth. You're the connoisseur here, market-wise. As a perfumer, I can only give an evaluation of the work itself. Wood-based perfumes have been fairly popular in recent years, and a taste of the exotic easily sparks conversation. This perfume is no ordinary thing in itself either. On the whole, it should be for you to judge, I think. I want the perfume so badly. Minos has a large artistry in their culture, despite Sargon's rule. These heroic statuses were unfortunately destroyed, but the Minoans did not give up their love for their art of sculpture, so we may see a lot of art. Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Fair point, fair point. I'd also like to ask, where did you find this tree you're talking about?
How well should you ask? It's right on this hillside, not too far. Ahem? Miss Palace, some things are best left unsaid for now, even to a partner in business.
Ha, 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 quite right. Let me think now. Just have a think.
He's casually pocketed the sample and leaf.
Well, getting the land contract will take some ups and downs. Give me a few days. If I could just have the both of you stay patient and wait for a word from me. Don't do anything unilateral before I get back to you. I'll run along for now. Goodbye.
Will away. Acting really isn't a strength of mine. Did I speak any lines wrong during that? He didn't get a single one right. Oh, whoa. I'm joking. You went a little walkabout with the script, but when someone's looking at everything to gain, it's hard for them to spot anything else. Quite well done, Palace. I think our goal's achieved now. Market conspiracy is more enigmatic still than the art of the battlefield. What do we do next? What do we do? We might as well do our best. We might as well do as our friend said, go home to rest, and wait for now with peace of mind. Found them, finally. Golden sunflowers, often seen growing by the shore. The double-petaled kind have always been treated as a particular breed, but they should be another species in practice. Though their looks and growth environments are very similar, they're completely different in bud form. If you smell them carefully, their scents are hugely different. I think we'll give your own name after all. Let's see. How about setting sunflowers? The book says stone flag leaves have curative properties in wounds. That's not actually accurate at all. It's the acidic liquid in the leaves that kills germs, in fact. But that has to do with the soil conditions too. Just finally treating it as a medicinal plant is too sloppy. There's so many mistakes in this book. If I picked up every one, I'd have enough to write a whole new book. I might as well write one myself if I had the time. If I have the time. You could show anyone pyrograss in the wild and blood moon cress in the forests, and nobody would ever imagine they used to be the same plant. Pyrograss adapted to an arid environment through shrinking its leaves into its minute form. But the seeds of both have retained the same shape, which also serves as evidence that this barren might have been far from what we see today in a few hundred years ago. If this discovery ever... My string strap's off so hard lately. Come on, Lena, you're not going to feel helpless yet. If the pyrograss is going to live on so stubbornly, so can you. If only it was just another blade of nameless grass, would it be able to take root here too without care? 3 days later. Sir, you better come here with good news.
If I recall, it was just around here.
Look over there. Far off in the distance, the old tree on this hillside is as withered as a few days ago, but a crew of fully named armed men guard it in rings. And a vast empty plot nearby has been fenced off, with a conspicuous placard posted to it.
Private property. Do not enter?
Well, the early fowl does get the worm, but the force Mr. William brings to bear has really blown me away. It's praiseworthy in a way.
Commendable spirit too, finding the one tree in so vast a forest with using nothing more than a leaf.
He wouldn't be satisfied no matter the conditions we gave him. He wants his perfume all to himself. Sadly for him, I think he's out of luck this time. I didn't use any Delos wood in that perfume sample. I just mixed a few plants together to mimic the scent and trick his nose. He can keep researching all he likes. All he'll get is a dead end. Wow, just wow. And ooh, hello, welcome. Right now I'm prepping for the Minos event in Arknights.
Had you foreseen that so far in advance?
I suppose you could say my family influenced me when I was young. I hate it, but I couldn't be more familiar with that rhetoric and so-called business talk if I tried. Anyhow, we should have no reason to worry now. If all goes well, then come next spring, this hillside will be covered in Delos-wood saplings. I know I hoodwinked him a little, and even though you could call it punishment for plagiarizing my work before, I do still feel a little sorry. We'll see when I'm free enough to drop a recipe that actually uses Delos wood, and I'll send it to him as a present. I love how she's tricking him to growing the tree. That's great. And I'll thank you.
Miss Lena, I have a question in truth. If Minos truly did leave you with but disappointment and resentment as you said, then why do you care so much for this one tree's fate?
The flora can't speak. It simply takes root. Deep in this great land, what kind of plant could truly live away from the soil which nurtures it? Besides, Palace, you're wrong. I have plenty of bad memories of my home true. To this day, I can't find it in me to reconcile with my past. But still, how can I say I hate that land? My dream has never once changed. I want to leave beautiful things behind. Maybe in the distant future, there'll still be people who can take in that fragrance, thanks to my work. I want to buy perfumes. I've always wanted, like, a scent that I'm like, ooh, this can be my signature scent. But I've never found a scent that I'm like, I'm gonna just keep buying it and buying it and buying it. Like, aw, man. Yeah, Mumu and Lena. I feel like they do good together.
Lena, it is time to return to Rhodes Island.
I've packed up everything, every specimen I want to bring back. If you don't mind helping me carry it on the return trip to your palace.
Of course. I'll be glad to assist. Is it the pouch by the doorway?
It's a big trunk downstairs in the hotel.
Very, very well. As a priestess, it is only expected that I should serve the Minoan people.
That's right, just like me, you've come far and away, landing yourself in an unfamiliar place and picked up a different name, a different identity, and a different worth. Them lips. The blizzards back home might have bitten like frost, but how do you really settle down and take up root, away from the warm sun and tender rains you knew? It was Minos that nurtured you, and you reshape Minos in time. Goodbye for now. There'll come a day when I return home with you. The live emoji is always gonna be funny. Oops, I went out of her. Okay. My bad, I clicked out too far. I meant to go here. Aegean's Kiss. Ooh, look at all the special scents in the background. Inhale. Let the aroma linger in your nose for a spell. Slowly exhale. How was that, Doctor? The perfume's pretty nice, right? My secret? What secret? All the ingredients are all natural. You just have to put a little extra work into it. You still want to know more? Oh my, you're not planning on just copying the recipe, are you? Hehe. Well, it doesn't matter if I write the recipe down for you anyway. This can only be made with local materials from Minos. Not a single ingredient can be substituted. It's like all my personal memories from Minos distilled. The nights in the Aegean plain, the peacefully grazing fowl beasts, the moon settling into the bottom of the lake, springtime in Baronia's blossom. I can see it. I can feel it. There's nothing quite like it. Alas, nothing quite like it isn't quite right. After all, everyone can enjoy this aroma. Just treat this like as using your nose to alleviate a little bit of my homesickness. Now tell me, doctor, what can you smell from this Aegean's kiss? I bet it smells beautiful. I want smells. I want some good smells. Gosh darn it, though, the perfume that I ordered, I need to get a proxy for it, which is unfortunate. Because it doesn't ship here. It doesn't ship to Hawaii. It's so sad when places are like, sorry, but we only ship to the continental US. And I'm like, but why? Excuse you, give me my thingy. It was nice knowing about Lena. Now I know why she's called a perfumer. I understand now even more what a perfumer is. Next is a Ratto. I wonder how she'll be. Like, I know pretty much nothing about a Ratto. But actually first, let me open up my can of... Actually, wait. Ew, is my can gross? Let me go at the top. It has dust on it. Ew. Rehab Monster green tea flavor. It says refresh and recover and revive. Okay, let me just try to open it nicely. I'm not spilling. Like, I'm gonna wash my bed sheets tomorrow anyway, so if I spill on my bed, it's fine. But I'd rather not. I don't think the mattress protector I'm using is waterproof. I think I'm just using a regular mattress protector underneath here. Man, this stuff is so tasty. I love the green tea flavor. Okay, yum. Took 2 sips. I'm gonna put it on the floor. Let me be gentle. I'm not gonna drop it. Okay. Ready for Erato's file. Basic info. Codename Erato. Gender female. Combat experience 3 years. Place of birth Minos. Date of birth March 14. Race Liberi. Height 158 centimeters. Is she like the same height as Perfumer? Infection status. Medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. I'm just gonna be nosy real quick. 158. Yeah, they're the same height. Cool. It would be so funny if they're all the same height here. If Palace is also 158. I kind of doubt it, but that'd be great. The art in this game is just so beautiful. You've come to appreciate looking into the files due to how Arknights handles it. Of all the different kind of walks of life in Terra. Like, it is nice. But yeah, Bond 15 is pain. At least over here, you just gotta get to 200% for some of them, it's fine. Easier, honestly. Infection status. Medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Physical exam. Physical strength standard. Mobility excellent. Physical resilience standard. Tactical acumen normal. Combat skill standard. Originium assimilation excellent. Profile. Erato, a wandering bard from Minos and a member of the guerrilla opposing to the Sargonian colonizers. Despite Erato's repeated claims of being 3-time Hymnic Games archery champion and Minos' foremost harp player, none of these claims can be substantiated and will therefore be left out of this file for the time being. Ooh, 3-time archery champion. You go, girl. I wonder if she uses her harp to fire her arrows. That'd be funny. She can be a battle bard. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests reveal clear normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be uninfected. Oh, she does use her harp to fire. I love that. Cell originium assimilation, 0%. Operator Erato shows no trace of originium infection. Blood originium crystal density, 0.16. This is considered a somewhat dangerous level for non-infected. Regular testing is required. It's hard to believe that Erato has visited so many places alone without any protective measures. I really have no idea if she just knows how to avoid danger by instinct, or luck's really on her side, but she can't keep doing this anymore. Medical operator. Archive File 1. Who am I? Before I answer your question, let me tell you a story. When the majestic Mount Himnoi was still nothing but a swath of flat land, there was not a first story? Could you answer my question first then? Is Palace here or not? Wow. When Erato arrived at Rhodes Island after her long weary travels, her first question was, is Palace here or not? Common sense tells us that those who harbor ill will against Palace wouldn't come knocking on our door directly, but considering the sensitive issue regarding Palace's status, we immediately verified Erato's identity. Erato was born in a village in southern Minos. She's skilled in archery and harpistry, and she participated in Minos' war against Sargon's invasion, going on to achieve many great feats on the battlefield. All the above information was verified to be true after a thorough investigation by the HR department. Just like Palace, Erato participated in the war against Sargon, but the two of them fought on different battlefields. After the invaders were chased out of her homeland, Erato, who has grown weary of living a peaceful life, heard rumors of the goddess of victory. Man, I want to continue Nika's story. I've only been playing the events. And wanted to meet this heroine in person. Ah, yes. I love the emoji unlocked. After she asked around, she learned that Palace is undergoing earthly treatment at a certain medical company in secret, and after an arduous journey, she finally found Rhodes Island. Having confirmed with Palace and found that she too has a strong urge to meet this warrior from her homeland, HR arranged for the two to meet. As the two came from the same area and share similar interests and senses of aesthetics, they naturally hit it up with one another very quickly, but they also went their separate ways just as quickly after a long night of conversation. If Palace wishes to go into hiding here, then let her. But even if all of Minos and the 12 heroes accept the image of a perfect goddess of victory she tries to maintain, I will never accept it myself. Palace, on the other hand, simply lamented regretfully, if only Erato had a little more tolerance for alcohol. In the end, Erato found herself fascinated by the epic adventures and tales of Rhodes Island as recounted by Palace, and decided to stay eventually, becoming a field operator after passing the onboarding exams. I'm excited to get to Palace's records. Archive File 2. Although Erato frequent claims to be a 3-time consecutive Hymnic Games archery champion and a top guest harp player of Minos' most renowned troupe remain unsubstantiated, there's no doubt that she is remarkably proficient in both of these talents. Ever since the Minoans overthrew the Sargonian colonists, there's never been a peace between the two countries. This is particularly visible in the villages near Minos' borders, which still see Sargonian aggression from time to time. The Minoan people banded together and formed a guerrilla force to fend against the Sargonian army. Erato was a member of this guerrilla force, and her performance as an operator during missions shows us that her archery skills were very truly battle-tested on the front lines. Ooh, fan comic-y. Erato's techniques as a harp player are no less impressive than her archery. Setting aside the issue of her past performance history, her regular harp and minstrelly performances at the Convalescent Garden quickly became a popular entertainment mainstay at Rhodes Island. Erato is also able to disturb her enemies' neural systems with her unique originium arts by playing her harp. Ooh, interesting how she does that. Some Lithuanian operators believe that this type of originium art is fundamentally the same as the musical originium arts frequently seen in Lithuanian. Although Erato keeps her originium arts education background a closely guarded secret, one thing that is certain is that her mastery in this form of originium arts still has much room for improvement. This is especially visible in her ability to put her enemies to sleep with her harp, as it just as frequently puts her audience to sleep too. It seems Erato herself doesn't seem to mind that at all, however. They're about to have a nice dream. Let the story continue there. Addendum: the Hymnic Games, alternately known as the Warriors' Gathering, is a time-honored sporting event held in the Hall of the 12 Heroes in Athenius. Ooh. Time-honored sporting event, eh? I wonder if she also has medals. The games promote the strengthening of the body and maintaining a proactive mindset. Indeed, the games are very popular among the populace and attracted talented entrants from all over Minos to participate in its competitions in Athenius. And the games have also had many new competitions added over the years. Aside from Athenius, many other cities have also held competitions of similar format that are also named the Hymnic Games. Yeah, I will lullaby you to sleep, the enemy. I didn't mention... But why are there arrows in your buttocks? Oh no, the next day? Aside from Athenius, many other cities have also held competitions of a similar format that are also named the Hymnic Games. The games that Erato participated in were actually jointly held by a few smaller towns in the southern part of Minos. Given their scale, the competitions are definitely nothing to be scoffed at, and they simply do not compare to the Hymnic Games of Athenius. That being said, Erato's gold medals are indeed all officially certified. Ooh, she has gold medals of legit. Given her skills, perhaps we can look forward to her scoring big at the next Athenius Games. Archifile 3. Erato was already a seasoned traveler who has visited many destinations prior to arrival at Rhodes Island. This naturally isn't because she was simply lost. Rather, searching for Pallas was never the sole objective of her journey. From Minos, she traveled to Bolivar, Columbia, Cachemiris, Lithuanian, and at last found Rhodes Island at Victoria. She traveled so far! Oh my goodness, girl! Although Erato saw this as a fun little trip, all of us know that such a long journey required extraordinary willpower and determination. Just a little trip. During her journeys, Erato kept a notebook in which she detailed her travel experiences. She did so in all manners, from long epics about her travels to mere scribbles describing the nameless sights she saw. Sometimes she even wrote a few poems spontaneously. She didn't take much care to organize these records, and the culture and customs of each region she visited were more than adequately captured in her chronicles. Aside from the sights she saw on the way, the notebook also included many mythologies and heroic legends that Erato collected during her journeys. You like to imagine she encountered Mostima in her travels? Although she's unaware of it herself, these mythologies and these many different regions reflect the locals' values and historical views to a certain extent. Survival is the force behind all human intelligence. With time, they become experience, and through legends and mythologies, they become the truth. With a large array of variety of stories Erato collected throughout her journeys, one could say her notebook itself is worthy of folkloristic study. Erato is certainly enthusiastic when it comes to collecting the legends and stories of different regions, but she is a bona fide expert when it comes to Minoan folklore. Throughout the centuries of Sargonian invasion, Minos lost much of its cultural literature, and all the stories passed down through the word of mouth became the only records of many historical events. Despite how their conversation ended on an unpleasant note, Pallas frequently talks to Erato to record the Minoan legends she has heard of. Why are you sorting out these stories now? Are you going to take them back to the Hall of 12 Heroes with you? If you don't mind, I would actually rather you bring them there yourself. I knew it, you boring perfectionist priestess. Very well, I'll write down all your drunken mishaps at Rhodes Island and bring them there. Classified log, after Erato. And sure. After Erato, a lover of botany and flora, discovered the Rhodes Island convalescent garden, she quickly became one of its most frequent visitors. However, it seems there was more than just flowers in Erato's mind. We received reports that, on several occasions, Erato stared at a perfumer as she worked, awestruck. She seemed like she wanted to strike up a conversation. Yet she always held herself back. As requested by Pallas, this record will be kept hidden for the time being. Archifile 4. Eratos never once thought of herself as a wandering bard. A wandering bard? They only write down and tell stories of others, don't they? I think of myself more as a character of a story. I hope that many, many years later, there'll be people telling my story, and it'll be a story that will fill its listeners with love and hope when they reach its end. Many Minoans seek the glory of heroes, and Erato is no exception. However, Erato is also our own understanding about heroes and glory beyond that. Heroes should stand with the people and be spiritual leaders to them. They need to be able to inspire later generations to pick up arms against their oppressors. Like the legends of the 12 heroes, they must also be able to guide the masses with their songs of beauty and poems and benevolence, and embrace the lands with a gentle heart. In Erato's songs, the main characters are in general not particularly strong, but sometimes they even have very obvious flaws, but all of them are optimistic and kind-hearted without fail. The main characters go through many trials and tribulations, and in the end always reach a satisfactory ending. Perhaps this is the concept that Erato has of heroes, though in some gentle way they inspire the masses to live with passion. Uteran Calendar 915. Entering the Crystal Age, Minos' peace was quickly shattered by neighboring Sargon. Ever since the Lords of Mir and the Borders uncovered the fertile Minoan Valley and the rich city-states, they plotted to bring Minos under their rule. Ah, of course. Gosh darn it, Lords of Mir. The pursuit of love and beauty can become a belief for people to live by, perhaps. That is the source of Erato's interest in everything and her seemingly endless enthusiasm. Those who don't have a firm understanding of ugliness do not deserve to discuss beauty, and those who have never experienced hardship should never speak of hope. Having visited so many places and seen so many sights, the beauty that Erato sings in her songs and poems indeed has that kind of inspirational power. Promotion record. Have you ever imagined that perhaps there's a place where there aren't different races, conflicts between countries, and differences between those who are infected and those who are not? They're only poetry, music, flowers, and sunshine. This isn't a mere legend. It might just exist somewhere in the world. Of course, this place isn't so easy to find. It takes a lot, and I mean a lot of setbacks and difficulties, and only heroes who truly have courage and love can find this place. That's why the first thing we have to do is to believe that this place exists. Yep, we need to truly believe its existence. Only then we have the motivation to find it. And when you start seeking it out, you'll definitely find something in the end. Doctor, will you look for this place with me? Ooh, the Minos, on the other hand, a race suspected that Sargon was planning a full-scale invasion years earlier. From the decrease of visits from Sargonian diplomatic envoys to the construction of strongholds on the other side of the Agnes River. Wow, they already started doing that. A suspected spy sighted in all the major Minoan city-states. Even though city-state leaders were prepared to face the invaders and formed alliances as a front line, they were overwhelmed by the numbers of armies Sargon dispatched. Almost 1 million soldiers, sheesh! Nevertheless, the Minoans utilized their complats. Or you can put your friend code there, I can send you a friend request later. The Minoans utilized their complex topography to conduct siege battles and guerrilla warfare against the Sargonians. As told in the Epic of Agamemnon, on their last night of spring, the Sargonians suffered severe casualties before reaching the Agamemnon Pass, thanks to the Minoan generals stationing their armies on the mountain range, delaying their advance to Athenius by summer. So even though they were under their rule, they did not last long, and even in the present day, there's some would to be colonizers and held them back off. Like, they did good. The Epic of Heroes. The wandering bard from Minos, Erato, knows where the heroes lie. Hero. Glug glug. Ooh, let me copy that. For now. Copy. Oops, I didn't copy the entire thing. Wait, let me try again. Copy. Done. Huh. How intoxicating the aroma of fine wine is. Open up, Erato. Erato, you won't get anywhere even if you shut yourself inside. I suggest you give up. Everyone and their mother can hear you, binge-drinking priestess. I'm merely worried about you, Erato. Last night, while I was enjoying my wine, by chance, I overheard the conversation of a few operators. I heard you locked yourself in your room for 2 full days and nights now. As a priestess, naturally I'm concerned. Look, the morning sunlight has only just reached your windowsill, and I'm already come to visit. Visit? What's that you're holding? Ooh, twins, eh? That sounds fun. Go summon them. Fine wine. Oh, Mountains of Minos, would you grant me your blessings and keep those with poor taste in alcohol far away? Seeing how you still have the strength for sarcasm, I take it your new poem is coming along nicely. How do you know I'm working on a new poem? You've been idling about ever since your arrival at Rhodes Island. What are you planning to write? A long epic about a number of heroes with a variety of talents and personalities who together led the oppressed in their quest to triumph over their hardships and reach the land of hope or something like that. Sadly, writer's block. Beset by a blank page then? That's not true. I finished the title. I have 3 heroes in mind so far, an adept warrior, a genius smith, and a gracious healer. Maybe because it's been a while since I wrote, but I can't quite grasp the characters, and the story I had in mind is also lacking in realism. I'm finding it hard to establish the characters too. I need more inspiration. Perhaps we can let the wine flow while we discuss these heroic legends. Like we do back at home? And loosened by wine, surely you'll be plucking inspiration like apples from the tree of wisdom. Please don't make up excuses to drink that wine you brought. Maybe leaf through some literature then, or take a stroll outside. No doubt you know the ways of the Minoan poets better than I. Of course, can you see I was getting ready to leave in search of heroics? Speaking of heroics, aside from our homeland, Victoria and Kashmir should both be wonderful places for inspiration too. Among your many choices. I won't be going anywhere that far. I already have a place in mind. Let's chat another time, I need to hurry. Hold on. What else do you want? I've always been very interested in how you write your poems, given how rarely such an opportunity presents itself. Surely you wouldn't refuse if I proposed to join in your journey? Fine, follow me. Who's she going after? This is my first stop. What a surprise. So you never plan to leave Rhodes Island? Of course not. There's more than enough inspiration on board. And when it comes to finding masterful warriors, we're better than a training room. Make sense? Who's here in the training room? Who will be inspiration? But did we come too early? There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Dad? Ha! How about that? Someone speaking. Yes, I also have ears. Hello? Take this! Oh, it's Flint! Your palace, and you're not very tall and you don't come to the training grounds often. I don't remember you. I'm Arato. I spend most of my time on field operations. We've only met a few times. Oh, hello. Inside of in Arato's place, it's like never meet your heroes. Half kidding, cause she seems like okay right now. They're still hanging out. Right, Erato, wanna fight? Huh? What's this all of a sudden? If you don't want to, then never mind. Sorry, I'm not very good at melee combat, but maybe I can challenge you at archery. It's fine. Turns back to the sandbag. Ha! We'd best wait a little longer, considering the time. There'll be more operators here soon enough. Erato? I've heard about how strong Flint is, but this is the first time I've seen her fighting for him in person. And let me see real quick. My goddess! Oh no! The disappointment! Eee! This can't be my goddess! That's the goddess after retirement, it's okay. Now imagine if she was like that on the field too. That valiant posture, those fierce blows, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Flint, no, a warrior adept. I wish to learn of extraordinary deeds, and surely a hero such as you has many to her name. Might you indulge me in one or two? Hero? I don't really get anything else you just said, but I've never even seen a hero. And these deeds you're talking about, what are they even good for? I'm looking for heroic deeds as inspiration. Tell me to write my next epic. Oh, I see, you want inspiration. Come here then. Come, stand here. This is a sandbag. Pound it. Like this? That was too weak. Stronger. Like this? Still too weak. Try punching it harder. Ow, that hurt. Yes, just like that. Did you feel anything? Pain. And? Just pain. No way, you didn't feel inspired? Not at all. Weird. Whenever I'm sparring, I get super inspired. Like, I'll suddenly think of a feint I can work into a low jab. Any kind of problem should be solved with your fists. Maybe you just need more practice fighting. Come on, try it out a few more times. Wait, let's stop here. Flint? Are you there? I'm here. Erato and Palace are here too. Flint, take a good look at this list of compensation expenses incurred from your last field mission. Logistics racked up a huge bill settling the problems you left behind. Oop. And it's one line from your mission report. I knocked the tall guy down because he was looking down at me so fiercely. You didn't just knock him down, you beat him up so badly he was rolling around in pain and even managed to smash through 2 doors. No way, I was holding back. Come on, I only hit him twice. Anyway, I'm just advising you to be extra careful not to damage public property while on missions, because if this happens again... The sandbag exploded with 1 punch. Sorry. Forget it, Flint. This is for you. What is it? A thank you letter from the girl you saved on that last mission. Oh, okay. Stuff the letter into your glove. I'll go and get a new sandbag. Phew. Let's go. Well, that's cute that you got a letter. It seems I made the right choice, Erato. Accompanying you on your journey has been far more gratifying than pouring myself another drink on the bridge. There's a lot of different characters in Rhodes Island, like, oh my goodness. Like, sheesh. There's so many different names. Like, the ones I see often I remember, but otherwise, like, eh. Say, who are you again? Do you have a name tag? Are all of your priestesses like this? Or are you just this boring Miss Goddess of Victory? I'm sure you know just how uniquely unparalleled I am. We've arrived at our next destination. There's no shortage of brilliant engineers on Rhodes Island, so surely you'll be able to find a...
Hey, Erato and Palace, journal to the both of ya.
Hello, Chiave. Are you the only one here?
Osa wasn't here. Osa was just here though. Huh? Where'd he go? Osa, where'd you go?
Wait, there's no need for that. I'll just talk to you. As I recall, quite good at designing machines?
Of course I am. My mind skills are first class. You could even call me a genius.
Wonderful. I'd like to ask you then, have you done anything you would consider heroic?
Here, hold on to this for a sec.
I'm terrible at designing a pizza. Oh no! Hydraulic clamp?
You're asking about modding, right? When I was still learning how to fix cars, my mentor once told me that it's nice hearing how great something is, but nothing beats experiencing it for yourself.
No, I just wanted to ask you about your own heroic deeds.
Now hold on tight, I'll give you a demonstration.
Of what? Wait, why am I flying?
What do you think? My latest invention, a self-suspension hydraulic clamp. I have to deal with a lot of heavy equipment here, and it's such a pain lugging my tools up and down the ladders every time. But now, with this baby, you can float up with them, no more ladders. If I can fly even higher, I can fly even higher, so don't let go.
Huh? It's vibrating quite a bit. Is this normal?
Vibrating? Did I forget to install the motor rotor? Wait, did I even...
It's going wild. I can't hold on any longer. Careful, it's flying towards you.
What? Yow!
Boy.
Ow, 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 oh, my head. A malfunction? How did that happen? Weird. Was the jet engine just too powerful? Screw it, I can think about it later. You were asking me earlier if I'd done any heroic deeds?
Yes.
Well, I must proudly declare, nope.
An unexpected answer.
Well, it's because I gave my all to my mod equipment. So they're the real heroes, the ones who've achieved plenty of unprecedented feats in my place. They're the ones everyone should remember. As for me, I invented them, so maybe you can still call me... a hero creator? Heh, I like the sound of that. Hero creator, tisk. Oh, so what's that tisk supposed to mean, huh? You don't like it? What heroes are you even talking about? The drill that can sing, maybe a wrench that can dance? Oh wow, and we have one more thing. A hydraulic clamp that can fly. Hey, how can you disrespect your boss like that? According to my statistics, the last time you received a modding request was 3 months back. Hey, are you sure about that? I've got the feeling I did a good job somewhere, definitely. Just admit it, Chiave. You're hopeless.
Hey, this helmet on the table. I remember seeing it on the field mission a while back. A defender operator was fuming. I only asked for my goggles to be fixed, but that guy added a whole bunch of extra functions. But during the same mission, the squad encountered an unexpected source of orgenium pollution. They lacked proper orgenium detection equipment, but the detector in the helmet managed to work and helped them avert a crisis.
You hear that, Osta? I'm out there saving the day. Tisk. Then why did they send the helmet back?
Oh, as I recall, it started leaking electricity later in the mission.
Oof. Anyway, I'll never give up my creations, and my genius must stay unburied. For there will come a day when I myself will be worthy of being called a hero, and not just a hero creator or whatever. Just you wait, Osta. Oh, I forgot, you girls are still here. Sorry, Rado. I didn't have any of those heroic tales you wanted.
It's fine.
But I was thinking, if you wanted to ask someone else, I have someone in mind.
And who might that be?
My dear friend, Lancet 2. She's been down in the dumps lately, and even though she's been working so hard. And while she's always been the negative sort, maybe she'd cheer up if you let her know all the heroic deeds she's done.
Alright, got it.
Come back and hang out if you have time, and let me know whenever you need anything modded.
His mods are so hit or miss.
Irado, are you seriously considering Chiave's suggestion?
Of course, as it happens, my original plan also included paying a visit to the medics on board.
Do you think this quest of yours, if you permit me such a word, will ultimately prove fruitful to your work?
I couldn't say. I previously amassed a collection of legends and stories, and for the sake of preserving them properly, I'll do my best to act as an earnest recorder. The key is to not let any subjective emotions and thoughts pollute the record, so that the stories maintain their original form. Once this journey is concluded, everything I've seen, witnessed, heard, and recorded will gradually settle down within a few nights. Then it flows into poetry under my pen, and through my voice presents itself to the audience. The quest is not yet over, though, so I can only speculate how it will end.
Recording, creating, eulogizing. You've given yourself far more duties to bear than a simple wandering bard.
I like to think of this as my passion.
Or perhaps it's your liberty.
But I have a hunch that I will see and hear this time. But I have a hunch that what I see and hear this time won't affect my creation all that much. Yeah, it's not a miss as long as it hits.
Before I was simply curious about your process, but now I've become quite interested in the poem you'll write.
We're here. Medical area. What to do? What to do? Hello, Lancet2. What are you doing? Hello, based on the status displayed on my motion module, I'm currently spinning in circles. I can see that, but why? Doctor, because of the doctor. Did something happen to them? No, it's my fault. Because I am incompetent, useless, and can't do anything right. Hold on, could you elaborate? What happened exactly? Palace, so you're saying that if I hit her twice like this, she'll be able to speak normally?
You can try.
Because of maintenance. Checking language module. Operation will resume when the process is complete. The reason is that the doctor has been so busy recently. They have so much paperwork to deal with every day and are unable to go to bed until early morning. If this goes on, there will certainly be abnormalities in the results of their next physical examination. It's because I'm so bad at taking good care of them. It's all my fault. Stop right there. The doctor has their own duties too, Lancet2. Their work is very important to all of us here, so it's normal to be busy every now and then. You've been working hard, so you shouldn't blame yourself for the current situation, alright? Really? Operator Ratto, do you really think so? Of course, I came here today just to ask for your help. May I ask if you have any heroic deeds to share with me? Heroic deeds? I have overheard the chatter of the operators I look after, and even have some events saved in my memory module. No, not those. I want to know your own stories, especially the heroic ones. You do such brilliant work, so surely there would be many of them? My own heroic deeds? No, I don't think there's anything I've done could be heroic. Could be called heroic. And such a title doesn't suit me at all. In my line of work, you would only be a hero if you could take care of all the operators here and keep everyone healthy. But I haven't done such a deed. I can't even take good care of the doctor. Perhaps I'm not even the least bit competent.
She certainly is a negative one.
Alright, how about this? Could you take care of me for a bit? Take care of you, Operator Ratto? This is indeed within my scope of work, but is there a reason why you would want me to? So I can probably judge how good you are at it, and maybe I'll also realize just how useful you are in the process. Understood. Please hold still for a moment, Operator Ratto. I'll conduct a full-body physical examination right away. Sure. Poor Lancet2. Examination complete. The test results are as follows. Operator Ratto has not slept for 27 hours, 13 minutes, and 27 seconds, and your body is in urgent need of rest. Sheesh! A few hours ago, you also ingested a large amount of sugar and fat.
Ratto, I seem to recall you repeatedly declaring your intention to lose weight.
It's all for the sake of the plan. How could this happen? How did I not notice this abnormality until now? I should have noticed the moment you stepped in, but I was too busy handling my emotional module that I neglected you. I truly am incompetent. No, it's not your fault at all. I can't do even a single thing right. I should just drive myself over to the scrap area. No, Lancet2! Hello, Ratto and Palace. So both of you are here too. Hello. Hello, Doctor. Lancet2, I'm here for my examination. You seem upset. Something in your mind? Doctor, I'm sorry I haven't taken good care of you. But thanks to you, my results came back normal. Huh? Is that so? You ran the examination so quickly. The results are here and the data indicates everything normal. Wonderful. See? Worrying over nothing. There's absolutely no need to worry. See? Worrying over nothing. The doctor's coffee ration has been reduced, but they still consume it regularly. You're really great at your work, Lancet2. Are you alright, Erato? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Doctor, I have somewhere else to be, so I'll be going. Bye. Alright, see you. A week later.
Oh, so it wasn't just me who received an invitation. Invitation to a poetry recital. I don't get it, but what's a poetry?
Poetry is a form of literature that narrates events or expresses emotions in condensed and rhythmic language, and listeners can often feel enlightened by such recitals. This is the first public recital of Rato's latest work, which is expected to have a positive impact on the mental health of the operators present. Rato's new poem, looking forward to it. Ahem. I did invite everyone, but I didn't expect so many to attend. Thank you for coming to the recital of my latest poem. I dearly hope everyone has a pleasant time. Alright, now let's get right to it. The poem that I will now recite is titled... Deep breath. Oh, I'm so nervous this time. I recited a new poem in front of such a crowd. It was many years ago in Quirinia's town square.
Erato!
Ahem. Without further ado, I'll recite my latest creation. The Epic of Heroes. O distant sky up high, let us all sing under you, the will of the masses. In the far, far away of the lands beyond, the mountains are but no more. All that is left is a wasteland of gold sand and black gravel. Civilization suffers under the whip, struggling like foam and wine. Beasts unseen, devour hearts still live. On an unexpected summer night, it happens. 3 heroes rise from their kin who raised them, and they swore to the sun to unshackle them and lead their peoples towards a land in full bloom. Accompanied by the sound of the harp strings and Arato's gentle recital, the stories of the 3 heroes are told. They hail from the masses, not mighty, nor flawless. An adept warrior, weak with words and quick to anger. A genius smith, reckless and full of arrogance. A gracious healer, low in esteem and high in negativity. However, when beset with a crisis without end, the warrior is unafraid to face foes ever twice their size. The smith with their miracle tools saves the people from danger. The healer strives their utmost to help everyone in need. They hail from the masses, not mighty, nor flawless. Leading them all onwards. Dawn lifts her veil and the sun spills its radiance on the land, brushing off her dust-covered visage. A fragrance wafts from afar, and the people pick up their belongings, persisting on their journey. Thank you, everyone, thank you. The recital came to an end, and one by one, the audience leaves reluctantly. Well, Palace, it's been 3 days since you heard the poem. Do you still have no thoughts on it?
If I heard you right, that was just the first part of it.
That's right.
I must admit, it holds much of your personal style, but I'll refrain from any further comments until it's finished.
It must be pretty decent to get the always chatty Palace to hold her tongue.
Rather than bickering with you any further, I'd like to know how you plan to finish the rest of the poem. The material you've amassed surely isn't enough for the entire work.
Yes, I'm running empty on inspiration for now, so at the moment I'm just entertaining the concept in my head. I want to create a character based on myself and walk together with the heroes in the story to the land of my dreams brimming with flowers.
I understand. Every Minoan dreams of walking alongside the heroes after all.
No, it's different this time. You know what I said back then, that this creation wouldn't be the same as my previous works? But my creations have never varied much before, so why now? While I was writing, I kept wondering where this premonition had come from, and only when I put down my pen did I realize that the change might have been already happened, right in front of me. In my past journeys, I wrote myself into my stories, becoming a character, and anticipated the crystallization of my heart, the soul, to act as a guide and inspiration to others. But after coming here and seriously observing everyone in Rhodes Island, I discovered that my poetry is resonating like never before. I think I already am among said heroes, walking alongside them. I should write this down.
Good for her.
Change of ways. Ooh, tools. Erato has been in the front Irado has been in the forest south of the village for a whole month. She sits on a tree branch, idly plucking her bowstring. Not long ago, this was a battlefield where the village's guerrilla forces fought the invaders for control of the land. Sargon's colonial rule over Minos is now merely history, and the small invasion force has left this land that did not belong to them. Ooh, right after the battle. The brave archer repelled the enemy and became a hero inspired far and wide. She also won the National Archery Championship, then returned to her hometown, settling into a life with her farm and garden. No, this ending is too bland. How can a tale of heroic adventure end so simply? Wow. She's like, happy ending? Really? Time to go. The forest is quiet, and Irado's murmured storytelling is the only sound to be heard. The stiff bowstring vibrates, producing a faintly melodious sound. Several Phi-MD settle into the form of an audience, landing on the branches beside her, as well as her shoulders. Irado looks out and sighs. The starlight above her head filters through layers of branches, leaving only a faint light. The vast sea of trees blocks the wind blowing in from the distance. They say that the land beyond this forest is an endless desert. The invaders they expelled came from that desert. Life in places without grass and flowers must be difficult. But why is their world like this? Some places are full of flowers and grass, while others are barren? Maybe the gods were lazy when shaping the lands, and in some places they scouted meticulously, creating mountains and lakes full of flowers and grass. In others, they just scribbled, resulting in desert and tundra. Because they live in such different environments, people in different places cannot understand each other, bringing about all manner of conflict. What do you think? Of course, if Phi-MD do not answer, they only take the flowers from Irado's hairpins and bring them back to their nests. Irado proceeds with this opening, telling her story while playing and singing. From the hero leaving her hometown to the adventures on the road, meeting like-minded friends and teaching lessons to villains. By the time the story reaches, the brave archer finally came to the place where the land ends and shot an arrow at the lazy creator god hiding there. The last Phi-MD had fallen asleep by her side. Irado jumps down from the tree branch and lands on the soft grass. I should go and see for myself. Maybe I can find a similar story in my travels. It'd be quite an amazing ending because it only applies whose life was only chaos. Yeah, true. Like Lappy? Nah. That was cool learning about Irado. Like, good for her being a gold medalist.
おかえりなさい、ドクター。
Now I'm so curious about Palace. Like, hello, Palace. What drink is she pouring? That's creating a rainbow, like, huh? At first I was thinking, is it gonna be an energy drink like what I'm having right now? But if she's a drunk, is that alcohol? Palace, what is that? I take a sip for you, Palace, of my monster rehab. Okay, time to learn about her. Basic info, codename Palace, gender female, combat experience 3 years. 3 years for a goddess of victory, I'm surprised. I gotta do a comparison real quick. Compared to Irado, how much does she have again? Oh, also 3 years. It's about the same for them. Three years. Place of birth, Minos. Date of birth, February 8. Race, Forte. Height, 162 centimeters, a little bit taller than the other two. Infection status, originium crystals are present on the body surface, confirmed affected by medical examination. Physical exam, physical strength standard. Mobility normal, physical resilience standard. Tactical acumen excellent. Combat skill standard. Originium art simulation excellent. Profile, Palace. A former priestess of Minos, when she was stationed at a Crotty village after leaving Athenius, she led the locals in a resistance against constant incursions by the bordering Sargon tribes and promoted the development of local tourism and culture. Wow, both of those things. Later, she arrived at Rhodes Island to accept treatment in secret due to the worsening of her neuropathy. Clinical analysis. Imaging test shows the indistinct outlines of internal organs, obscured by abnormal shadows, originium granules detected in the circulatory system. The subject is confirmed to be infected with neuropathy. Cell originium assimilation, 8%. There are traces of originium infection in by the left ankle. Of all the places. Blood originium crystal density, 0.18. Internal conditions are stable and there is currently no sign of the infection spreading. This operator has professional medical knowledge and has kept her body in a healthy state, deferring the spread of the infection. Even so, the infection cannot be kept at bay forever. The arrival of Palace at Rhodes Island would indicate her acceptance of the necessity of long-term observation and preparation for treatment. It really is her Achilles heel. Hopefully, she'll be willing to listen to instructions and cooperate during her treatment. For example, stop drinking so much! A certain medic operator. Archive File 1. The Minoan Priestess Palace initially arrived at Rhodes Island as a special patient to receive treatment in secret. During her initial checkups, almost all information on her was classified, and she was under the watchful eye of a Sarkas bodyguard. Dang, she even had a bodyguard! Not long after, according to Palace herself, she gained a deep interest in Rhodes Island during her treatment, and excitedly applied to become an operator after her condition stabilized. A glorious cause! The simple exterior of Rhodes Island can do nothing to hide the sincere hearts of its members. This sincerity holds true, for it shall surely turn into a formidable and solid, reliable strength. Thus, Palace entered the ranks of the combat operators and became Operator Palace. Supposedly, while they were going through the application process, the accompanying Sarkas bodyguard kept trying to register her to logistics or medical departments, but finally acceded to Palace's insistence on becoming a combat operator.
You unreasonable priestess, don't you know what you need most in your current state is obscurity and safety? Ah, my dearest warrior, my brave and loyal Sarkas bodyguard. I do understand your care and empathy towards the weak, for I've always appealed to your gentler nature. However, I'm not weak, and I need not cover up this radiance that the people need. Should it really fall upon myself, then an inability to carry on and spread the word would mean a failure in my mission as a priestess. Idiot, just stay here in this damn place then. It's not like I have to stay with you. Alright, go and pursue the life you yearn for, then, my like-minded warrior.
Eh? You're really leaving? And so the Sarkas warrior, and so the Sarkas bodyguard, who never revealed his name, left in a huff. It's not like I liked hanging out with you or anything. If you want to be here, then fine. Whatever. Archive File 2. Palace's adaptability is very good. She's already become familiar with the various operators of Rhodes Island. Perhaps it's not just becoming familiar, but rather it's to the point of over-enthusiasm. A simple exchange of a few sentences will immediately make one aware of her tendency to blurt out anything and everything. Her life experiences seem to be the least taboo topic for Palace. She was born to a prominent family of Minos, leading a sheltered life and resolving to become a great priestess. She studied medicine and later trained her fighting skills to participate in the warriors' gathering when she grew bored. As one does when you're bored. You just go to the warriors' gathering. She even participated in an amateur Formula chariot racing to celebrate her coming of age. Basically, Palace pursued a broad range of interests while keeping up with her duties as a priestess. Her open-mindedness allowed her to fully enjoy the spirit of entertainment that existed prominently in Minoan culture. This carefree and fulfilling life continued until an accident occurred. Palace's left ankle had an obvious wound, and the originium crystals exposed by the scar tissue tell of her experiences. Palace met with an accident while traveling during a vacation, unfortunately contracting neuropathy. By the time she arrived back at Minos to receive treatment, it was too late. From the heavy gazes of her family, Palace was well aware of her fate. It is impossible for infected to remain as a priestess of the Hall of the 12 Heroes. In fact, even the news of a priestess getting infected was to be covered up. Palace's departure from her beloved hometown was imminent. Though her heart was heavy, she still presented her wish to continue her duties as a priestess in a remote area. Under her family's arrangements, priestess of the Hall of the 12 Heroes, quietly disappeared from the public eye and became a nameless priestess in the remote Akroti village. When questioned about experiences in a Crody village, Pallas appears to miss it greatly, telling of the many interesting things that happen in the village. For example, under her suggestion and guidance, the villagers built the Hero Square and began carrying out various performances and competitions, vigorously developing the local tourism industry to attract more visitors. Pallas did not go into detail about the effort or methods she used to push these plans forward, only the interesting events that happened then. However, one obstacle remained in the path of Pallas' plans to expand local tourism and culture: the constant incursions into Minos by the bordering Sargon tribes. Dang. If she was brought here in secret, that must mean that some of the higher echelon in Sargon know of Pallas' condition. I know, right? Like, how did you get the title, the Goddess of Victory? Yeah, she's gonna go on a vacation. Yeah. Oh, you meant Minos, not Sargon. Archifile 3. In the past, Sargon had occupied Minoan lands for centuries, leaving a heavy mark on Minos' history and causing many cultural disasters. During the many centuries of occupation, the Sargon Lords Emirs pillaged much of Minos' resources and precious artworks, brutally ravaging Minos' culture. The Sargon colonizers were well aware that the key to breaking the Minoans was destroying their faith. Soldiers burned down many exquisite Hall of Heroes and temples, while forbidding the Minoans from holding any competitions or religious activities. At one point, even theatrical performances were outright banned. The Minoan spirit of resistance never died down. As Sargon weakened from day to day due to internal strife, resistance movements sprung up all over Minos, culminating in a grand rebellion that saw 12 Renaissance leaders leading the rebel forces to victory in the Temple Reclamation Battle. The 12 heroes led the locals to liberating the Hall of Heroes in each city and fully repaired each of them. From then on, the Minoan spirits were awakened, and the continually developing Minos lost all fear of the Sargon Lord Emir's tyrannical rule, finally defeating and expelling the Sargon colonizers. However, even as the central regions grew ever more prosperous over the many years of recovery and growth, many of the border villages are still regularly harassed by some of the more barbaric Sargon tribes. A Crody village happens to be one of them, and it's the village that puts up the greatest resistance. When Priestess Pallas arrived at the village, the resistance had already been ongoing for several years, but victory was often a difficult prospect, and there was no actual solution to the problem of the Sargon incursions. Her arrival became those villagers' hope. Everyone knew that she was a priestess of Athenius' Hall of Heroes, and this only raised their respect towards her. Not only did she proactively work to heal the villagers, she even joined in the front lines and commanded many battles, both large and small, with the intent of achieving a decisive victory over the Sargon forces. Those were not grand battles, and her tactics were rather rough, but no matter how many times the enemy attacked, she would always persevere until the enemies were repelled. The more victory she claimed, the more people there were placing their faith in her. After a decisive victory, she negotiated the signing of the non-aggression pact between the Minoan border villages and the Sargon border tribes. This only further increased people's faith in her to fanatical levels. What are you saying? Could it be that those stories from Minos? You've heard those stories about the Goddess of Victory and the Goddess of Wisdom? So you mean to say that Pallas is that? Shh. Regrettably, the Sarkaz bodyguard refused to elaborate further. This record ends here. Ah, that's how she got her title. I mean, it's understandable. Like, if you were going on wars for years and years and years, and then this priestess from the capital comes over, who not only helps heal your people, and also joins in the front lines herself, it's like, dang, girl! And she's stubborn too on the battlefield. She'll stay until they win. And she even got people to sign the agreements, the non-aggression pact. So I understand why they would call her that. And heck, she's even trying to increase tourism too. She's doing everything. Archive File 4. Classified Log. Her Sarkaz bodyguard was the one who contacted Rhodes Island initially, hoping that we could provide a complete treatment plan for a victim of herpathy. That's so sweet! Oh, I hope we can see her bodyguard later. I hope he's alright. That's so nice of him. I like him. After 2 to 3 exchanges of information, Priestess Palace cautiously chose us and left Minos in secret. I believe that she wishes to hide her condition not because of self-abasement at her identity as an infected. In fact, Priestess Palace is extremely proactive and seeking change after being infected. What she's truly concerned about is preventing the soldiers and citizens who stood alongside her from gaining any doubts of their image of her. To maintain the status quo, the legend of a hero must not have any weaknesses that others may criticize. Palace does not wish for the trust she painstakingly built up, and the effort she tirelessly put in to crumble out of a simple suspicion. And so, she willingly abandoned her identity and once again left in anonymity. But to simply cover everything up superficially, just so that others need not accept her sacrifices, I can just ignorantly cheer for the perfect hero of the story. Is that really fine? Your thoughts are not without merit. Priestess Palace must have considered this. However, this is the current state of Minos. If her infection were to be exposed, Priestess Palace's efforts would immediately be belittled. People are not willing to accept that an infected goddess saved Minos. It is a terrible thing for a faithful believer to have one's personal tragedy clash with their own faith. Even so, by bravely leaving Minos, Palace might come to find answers of her own. Her experiences at Rose Island will allow her to settle down the burdens of her past self and contemplate more profound contradictions arising from her encounters. Do not worry, she's both a martyr and a liberator. When she sees the rage born of those who receive unfair treatment, Palace will surely wield her weapon once again. If she ever desires to join Rose Island, we should welcome her. Part of a conversation between Kelsey and the operators from the HR department during a certain meeting. Promotion record. To become a hero is the aspiration and belief of many Minoans. Palace sincerely reveres heroes. In Minos, to be called a hero is an honor of the highest degree. Palace naturally aspires to become a hero as well. Perhaps in Palace's heart, the title of goddess is far from the title of hero that draws such pride from Minoans, and so she continues on her arduous journey of training. Palace's every word and action shows offering nostalgia for and pride towards Minos. Yet the reality of her departure from her hometown forces her dream of becoming a hero, acknowledged by Minos to be nothing more than a pipe dream. Maybe this is the reason staff members see her alone on the bridge, drinking her way deep into the night. Aww! That's why she drinks? Not because she likes the taste, but because she's sad. Oh no! Poor Palace. I'm sorry, Palace. You're doing great though. Look, you became a goddess of victory. Like, dang, that's sad. I feel bad for her. Like, it seemed like her family was decent too. I want to see the story between her and her bodyguard. I wonder how they met. Because the fact that the dude was the one who contacted Rose Island first and left her there. Like, wow. And I'll see what this is. Ooh, look at how fancy this thing is. Because of these black rocks on my body, I had no choice but to leave my homeland, the place where my ancestors defended generations after generations. It may have caused lots of pain and suffering, but looking back, I cannot help but smile. That said, how am I supposed to live when I have to cut all my ties with Minos and abandon my roots? I would yet like another taste of the herb cakes from Athenias. I wish to enjoy the fine wine from Lacedaemon. I want to be able to bring home souvenirs from the Lacedaemon markets again. I hope I'll yet be able to lay my heart bare to the scholars, spar with the warriors, and negotiate with the merchants there. I wonder when I will get to enjoy my life so once again. Mountains of Minos, please allow me to continue my ramblings. Almighty Athos, do you nurture your faithful children of Minos still? I but wish those faithful believers who drink your spring water yet give you their praises and offerings. Hymnoi, my most respected teacher, are there still those who seek the meaning of life from your embrace? I know you keep to yourself. I don't see ya. But if those who seek your help are true to heart, I ask you to please guide them to the right path. Ohelia. Oh Helia, respected and majestic Helia. Are they yet simpletons who attempt to make their way to your summit merely for fame? Please, let them return home safely after your punishments. They are young and mature. Please do not take away their future for your brief moments of fury. The land of Minos, words cannot describe how beautiful you are, and nothing comes close to your magnificence. Yet I must say these words and mark them down for prosperity. These are only words that a forte, far away from home, still has for comfort. Should these words go unsaid, these woes deep in my heart will endanger even my life. Please forgive me for resorting to such shallow methods to compose myself. I will yet wander outside your domain. It may take several years, perhaps decades, but I promise you this. It matters not how long. I will once again return to your embrace. This is the truest, most sincere oath that a Minoan can take. I am certain you can hear me. This rock, minced with mine with Aegean. Your remains affixed to my hammer. With it, I'll make it through all obstacles in life. It will bear witness to my faith, hear my odes, and execute those great deeds with me. After countless trials and tribulations, the melodies of my return shall be sounded. At the moment in time, it will recount to you these writings of mine at the temple. I will ever hold out hope that this day will be soon. Excerpts from some disorganized scribblings written by Pallas. Dang Pallas. Lights of Heria. In the background, desert hills, and the black curtains left over from last year's festival hang up 2 moons. Enter choir from stage left, chant. Enter the hero from backstage. Hero, my dearest companions, tonight, in this place we finally gather. We rest our feet on the highest peaks of Minos. We stand here and gaze as far as the eye may see, to the land covered by radiance of the moons. All is our home. The mountain springs flows forth from here, and crosses untold hills, sweeps untold grasslands, and finally flows into the lake of the Aegean plains, to become one with the blood of us all. We owe it to our shared language, our shared folk song, our shared beliefs, that we stand here to expel our common enemy. After tonight, so too will our blood unite. She is deserving to be called the goddess of wisdom. Like, dang. She could be a direct descendant of one of the past heroes. Hero, let us drink together from a ladle of the spring water, and as we return in victory, we may then drink together from the mead the spring water creates. The hero, together with every follower, imbibes wine. Timmy is still not of age. Please give him ginger ale instead. I imagine we all, when we were born of this land and first opened our eyes, saw that our soil was ravaged by lowly intruders, and that our first wall was mingled with invaders' satisfied jeers. We have never seen the great and peaceful days spoken of in the epics, but we have no iota of doubt that this land we call Minos was a much different impression a century ago. Performers begin to play here, growing gradually impassioned as the lyrics progress. Choir dances and pairs off with originating arts. Beneath the warm sunshine, the people contested in military fashion. It did not endanger their lives, but simply tempered their wills and physiques. The crossing of words was not for epithets of hate, but for the pursuit of this land's deepest secrets. The forests were not places to lay treacherous ambush, for Harry's thickets were of a different image in the verses. The rivers served as more than a channel to break the enemy front, for in them we could bathe and sing aloud. The rose has need of the thorn's protection, and the beauty of our poems likewise ask for a blade and shield to guard them, and we can use their petals to adorn our armor, and seek their verses meld with our songs of war. And yeah, she's quite homesick. Behold, for the moons are at their peak. Our victory in this war is clear as a night sky, I believe it. Turn lightning up to maximum. Warriors, heroes, sharpen your weapons for the very last time. The withered tree will turn to nourishment that feeds land, and the ruins of the wild will become as foundations for a rebuilt splendor. tonight, we take back our faith, and we take back both of the history and future of Minos. The hero raises their sword, and all followers pick up their weapons and line up. Choir chants, curtains. Pay attention to the number of weapons when inventorying props. Do not let real weapons get mixed in. From the third act of the Theater of Akroti's Light of Heria, Paus performs as a hero Cyphus, with a great deal of annotations and notes beside each of her lines. I like that. Out of the three tonight, I think Paus wins. I was debating going on the exercise bike, but if it's like a short one, it should be fine. Where's it hiding? Then maybe we'll have some time to go on the exercise bike before Common Rider. And if not, oh well, I can do that afterwards. I'm gonna get special, or maybe not special, maybe it's the other one. Public? Oh, it's special. Which special? Where is it hiding? Okay, not that one. Scroll. It needs rewinding. No, she's not there. She's hiding somewhere. She's somewhere. Okay, so it's the afternoon. No. Not see you soon either, or Fantasy in the Mirage. Not the Castilian Rescue. Not to the Green Valley. Not in the Black Forest. And yeah, I don't see her in the stories of the afternoon. She hiding somewhere. No, not the operational intelligence. Not in Light Spark in Darkness. No to be continued. No Obscure Wander. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that, dude. It wouldn't be in public affairs, would it? Probably not. Yeah, these are just events. It's hiding. It's hiding super good. The bodyguard's feeling shy. He's like, you wanna see me? Yeah, palaces. Oh, the first time we saw her was in Preluding Lights. Yeah, in that case, it's in a different person's record. Okay, so I go back into it. So it'll be this one? I'm assuming. How long is this one? Hopefully it's not super long. You'll just have juice for dinner. This place will no longer shelter you. Begone, dear warrior. Turn about and flee. Your pitiful destiny is already set in stone. You have no place in this world any longer. Indeed, your existence has no meaning for us anymore. Thus the warrior fled, she who never once trembled in fear, under the thundering of the enemy's drums, who never faltered against the roars of her cruel opponents, turned and ran. Akrodi, a region in Minos bordering Sargon, composed of many villages. Days of unending rain would sicken even the most tenacious of young warriors. Not to mention this pitiful fellow sunk into the darkest depths of despair. What sort of experience would he have focused? What sort of experiences would he have forced her to leave her home at such a young age? What happened to her, such that her heart would ache in sadness whenever she looks back at her homeland? She wishes no one to know. Go on, flee, head to that unknown land, yet... What's the situation?
Just stop moving. She's been struggling for over 2 hours already. Moved about 10 meters since we found her. If she really was a competent spy, she'd be playing dead to conserve her energy instead of drawing our attention like this. It could also be an act to play on the Minoan sympathy and lower their guard.
Yes, the Minoans would have trouble ignoring such a weight on the conscience. What do you think of this foreign warrior and what she's done?
Just a trick. She's definitely acting. You know it's Sargon's fault. They're tricks and lies that these villages took so long to...
That's a different conversation. I want you to take a closer look at her. Set aside your suspicions and look at her. See her innocence. I appreciate your concern for the villagers' safety. Sneer. Whether it comes from a good place or not, you need only tell me, warrior Sarkaz. How fair is the outsider now?
In short, she's at death's door. Looks like she was crossing over from Sargon, judging by her weapon and equipment. Now, she just looks like a fish out of water, struggling helplessly on Minoan soil.
Is she alone?
So far, she is. Though it might change later.
If that's the case...
Hey, priestess, palace.
What is it?
It's not my job to say what's what, but since the Minoans hired me and appointed you to take command, I'll just remind you. You're not a normal nurse, but neither are you a naive priestess who knows nothing but sympathy and forgiveness. You're the commander of the Minoans, mentor to the budding warriors, the so-called goddess worshipped by all these Minoan villages. If you take her in, everyone must treat her with the same amount of respect and devotion that they give to you. After all, you were the one who found her. Yet this little warrior is without the slightest hint of doubt of Sargon. Until there is peace with Sargon, she remains an enemy to Minoans. One they have to stay wary of.
Warrior, your words carry your intentions well and reveal the breadth of your knowledge. I listen out of respect and duty. But as you know, there exists a divide between your judgment and mine. It is saddening reality. but it's one we must face. I'm indeed considering taking her in and treating her wounds at the least. Hers is a young life, one hanging by a thread, and I believe she means us no harm. As for whether thousands of Sargon soldiers lurk behind her shadow, that is for you to determine. In the absence of danger, we may not fall upon the ongoing war as an excuse to abandon another's life.
How pointless.
Some may think this is a pointless act. That is why I let others return to their duties while you remain here watching over her. Sarkaz, oh poor Sarkaz, your callous demeanor is known far and wide, and you rely on it for survival. In other words, many among you take pride in your indifference. One must heal to one's proficiencies. I give my orders based on this principle. You need only ensure your mission is completed. As for other matters, they'll be resolved one way or the other.
Since you refuse to change your mind even after listening to me, wouldn't it be the same if someone else was looking after her?
You've been working as a mercenary here for 3 months now. I'm sure you're aware of the situation. Hello. If it were left to the Minoans, this would be over in 10 minutes, much less 2 hours. The guilt would gnaw those pure hearts of theirs, bidding them to lend a hand, regardless of the danger. In such a scenario, how badly shaken would those sincere hearts of theirs be, if that betrayal really came to fruition?
In the end, even you admit that those villagers are way too soft-hearted to value the life of a potential enemy.
I understand you, Sarkaz. Some of the villagers have accepted you, and the elders view you as one of their own. You have their goodwill to thank for that. However, your needs need not lay here between love, or at least this love that exists between we of different races. The payment of money that you receive, you do not believe that it is worthless.
There's nothing to discuss about that.
You live life your own way, and I've never questioned that. But I think that Sarkaz's demeanor I mentioned, perhaps you were like that once. When we first met, you harbored a kindness not altogether pure, and a heart not completely vile. Yet that has changed. Your interactions with the Minoan soldiers and the villagers have spurred your thoughts. You become an intelligent warrior, brandishing your weapon of your own free will. Your vigilance is warranted. It's just that I believe Sargon has no reason to attack right now, and neither is there a need to use such crude bait. Rather than formulating a trap to prey on others' kindness, the Sargon's troops would be far more willing to march in brashly, declaring their cruel intentions to plunder and slaughter for all to hear.
Right. Let's just go with that, what you said.
For now, let us turn our eyes to this young warrior who's wandered from over Sargon. Just as you said, though I wish to save her. Just as you warned, it would be far from prudent to simply bring her back to the villages. She has no visibly open wounds, and it does not seem to be any complex disease that would require surgery. I will attempt to treat her wounds. The consequences of this will be mine to bear.
You mean you want me to put up a tent here so you could treat her wounds in this place not even 2 kilometers from the border? Even the garrison is farther away.
Well, there's not much difference with the garrison anyway.
Don't forget your place. You're the villagers' beacon of hope, the one who will free them from the threat of Sargon. They love you and they call you the goddess of victory, yet here you are taking such risks.
Watch your words, soldier. Shh. A young woman whose guilt is yet unproven, who has waited for over 2 hours struggling to keep herself awake, all for the sake of survival. She's already passed your test. As the keenest and most vigilant Sarkaz, you're unable to bring out solid evidence of her duplicity. And so my heart is already filled with guilt. I cannot bear to leave her any longer.
I don't object if you really insist on it, but it's hard to say that the girl won't even talk to you like this after she wakes up. Just be prepared. Just be prepared for an attack when she wakes up.
Pal said that the elders like him, so maybe he'll get a name. At this moment, the young Sargon warrior is suffering in her dreams. She drags her body onward with naught but sheer determination, but in the end her vision disappears in a fog of darkness. As she loses herself within the rest that has long eluded her, she is wrapped in a blanket of warmth, yet this warmth is unfamiliar to her, and she remains vigilant even in her dreams. Thus she escapes from her dreamland, escapes the trap of comfort, escapes the warm touch on her skin. Who? Ah, you're awake? Calm down. You've been sleeping for quite a long time. The Karanta soldier immediately rises, swiftly inspecting her surroundings. The narrow space contains only herself, the 40 women, and some scattered items. I understand you're looking for your weapon, yes? Here it is. The courteous soldier snatches the weapon. With seemingly no hesitation, she swings the flail towards the forte. The narrow space limits her movement. The weapon catches on the surrounding canvas, making a dull thud. The forte woman remains at the bedside without a trace of surprise on her face. Decisive and orderly moves. Mystery woman, I can tell you're a well-trained soldier, confident in your own strength. Unfortunately, this place is not fit for combat. Answer my questions, and do nothing else, or my flail and shield will smash you. Alright. I shall do naught but answer your questions till you're satisfied. Where are we? In my tent. To treat your injuries, a place of rest is needed. Save it, where's this tent? Who else is here? Our soldiers, Minoans. Alama, how did I end up with the Minoans? You arrived from Sargon, collapsing on the Minoan side of the border. When the soldiers found you, you were still determinedly inching forward. This is Minoan land? I've packed your possessions, they're by your feet. You must have been extremely hungry and tired, not being aware that your compass had malfunctioned, as you struggled to make your way here, and that all your navigation equipment was damaged. As you can hear, there are only Minos soldiers outside. You're alone, and it would be unwise to force a discussion using violence. This would depend on the manner of which you wish to leave this tent. When we come to an agreement, and you can leave this tent assured of your safety, you may also refuse to negotiate and leave immediately, foolish as it may be. Can you prove that? I'm a priestess. The villagers and soldiers will follow my orders, out of respect to their faith. I know well enough to know none of that is true. This place is in the midst of a war with the tribe of Sargon. If your home isn't far from here, you should have heard of this. We are near Akrodi? Absolutely. Well then, visitor of Sargon, how may I address you? Don't ask. Oh? This is a rather unfair exchange then, at least in regards to me. The courteous soldier furrows her brows, as if trying to clear her thoughts and scrutinize her situation. Just now, you said that after you fainted in Minoan land, you've been treating my injuries all this while? Compared to the cold interrogation you would face with the soldiers, there may at least be a chance to come to an agreement with me instead. An agreement? An agreement with you, young Sargon soldier. Appearing suddenly by the border, hungry and disheveled, with no trace of any pursuit, I'd come to the conclusion that perhaps you were not in fact an enemy at all. I recall that the Lord Emir here doesn't have any particularly good reputation. The war is between you and them. Don't drag me into it. I'm just passing through. As I thought. In that case, pray lower your weapon, innocent one. I wish for a conversation between equals here. At least until I've fully expressed my sincerity. You're pretty hard to understand, with the way you speak. Oh? The warriors complain about it from time to time, but it's never been my intention. In fact, I used to be called the most approachable priestess in the Hall of Heroes. In any case, I don't want to meet your soldiers, officers, or anyone really. I'm no longer in service to Sargon anyway. I just want to leave quickly. I don't really care about anything else. Alright. If so... Gah. Palace is very capable. Innocent warrior, young as you are, you've already traversed the dense forest to arrive here. Will you not lay down your weapon and have some food? I'm fine. Ugh. Don't waste your energy standing up. You need not worry, for I'm the village's priestess, and I will only be helping to treat your wounds here. Until we come to an acceptable agreement and leave this tent, neither I nor those outside will act against you. I've already said that there's nothing to discuss. Gah. I can't bear it. I'm too hungry. Please see your hunger, unnamed traveler. Though your weapon remains pristine, your body is overly taxed. It will be unbearable to one such as you, who trains strictly on the path of the warrior. You may not have had much interaction with Minoans prior, or you may have merely heard rumors. In Minos, our soldiers take neither a single step forwards nor backwards until ordered. I do request your understanding, as some precautions still need to be taken against you during this period of wartime. It's just that the Minoan soldiers are all extremely polite. Why'd you save me then? It's probably an ingrained virtue, as we sometimes allow objective and rational decisions to accommodate kindness still. Then what is that weapon there for? Ah yes, you hold a similar weapon to mine, of course, you would notice. I knew it! No, please allow me to explain. Firstly, innocent guest, your weapon appears to be of exceptional craftsmanship. I believe it is the work of an esteemed Sargon craftsman. You must have cherished and trained with it often, so please look. I believe you can determine how this weapon of mine has been used, or perhaps how proficient I really am. You see, just as you harbor suspicion towards me, so too did I doubt your identity. But just look at you now. Your deep exhaustion is etched in your face, and both your equipment and supplies have been as rugged as you are. Most importantly, your weapon shows no signs of recent damage. You've not been in battle for quite some time. Based on this, I have no reason to fear you. So in the end, we're still gonna fight. Oh, definitely not. I'll not be using that as a bargaining chip in a discussion. In fact, I'll lay my own weapon on the floor. Observe, dear traveler from Sargon, please feel free to partake in this nutritious food. I am fully convinced that you are unrelated to our true enemies. In consideration to your current state, this free and delicious meal should not be left for too long, regardless of any choice you may make later on. I wonder what food she brought.
Oh, finally out, huh?
Sarcasm.
What, my horn's alone enough to scare you?
You.
The look of fear and disgust. I've been judged at a glance too damn many times.
I seek your forgiveness, brave warrior. Your existence is not at fault.
I'm sure you think so, priestess, but what about her? She won't listen to you.
Priestess, you said that there were Minoans standing guard outside.
They went for lunch a while time ago. They'd probably be drinking wine, singing and reciting poetry right after 2, so they got me to help stand guard here.
It appears my admonishments were still not taken seriously. I'd want to show you the magnanimity of the Minoan soldiers. Probably better this way. I'll be leaving immediately. I don't want to loiter around your battlefield. Oh? Are you leaving now, fearless traveler? The famous village of Arknights is but a stone's throw away. You may find it worth your while to pay a visit.
No.
Even if there are theaters and cinemas, there's also really good Minoan restaurant.
No, thank you.
There's also our warrior's favorite baths. Bath?
Forget it. Mixed in your bath.
No way. She was almost won over. You can also use a small bath reserved for the priests. For a traveler on such a long and weary journey as you, taking a well-deserved rest is...
I said no. I'm not traveling.
It's better if I'm not seen. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm leaving. We're still too close to Sargon. But it's so rare to see so rustic and pitiful foreign youth. Huh?
Ignore her. It's been a long time since she left the big city she used to live in. She's probably going insane from having to stay in this backwater for so long. It's pretty amazing you can stand that tone of hers. The villagers of Arknights are not safe for you. If you're running from something and want to avoid trouble, you should probably leave now.
However, foreigner, where lies your destination? To be traveling in such a hurried state? Could it be that you committed some unspeakable crime, or perhaps insulted an important noble? No, I'm just a mercenary, and I'm free. My destination doesn't matter as long as I get further away. To the north and further to the east, this place... I will not survive long here. Deserts, battlefields, Sargon, I don't want to face any of these right now. A pitiful youth whose shoulders the terrible weight of her painful past. Please at least leave your names that I may pray for you, whether it be strength to face the dangers ahead, or guidance to the place you may find happiness. Are these prayers any good for people from Sargon?
Heh, I don't believe it for what it's worth.
Stomps on his foot. Hiss, palace! Palace? The blame for exposing me lies with you, Sarkaz warrior. It is not a name worth remembering, at least for now. Although there are such stories, on the border of Minos, a priestess bears the revelations of the 12 heroes, arriving to protect the honor and freedom of Minoans, taking up the fight against Sargon's invasions, and always able to clutch victory from the jaws of defeat. Never heard of them. That's funny. Well, I suppose the war has not yet been won. Apologies, I had no intention of declaring that name. I only hope that these myths of Minos may spread to Sargon as well, such that we can come to understand each other better. You should say those words for the next visitor from Sargon passing by. Fine. It seems that besides wishing you well, there's nothing else we can do for you, traveler from Sargon. I will gift you this working compass. Though you know not where you are going, you must continue moving onwards. That is the only goal you have right now. And the only way to escape your suffering. To move onwards is a choice, one most miraculous. I believe that you receive much help on your journey, traveler. When the next kindly person appears, one who can devote their energies to you, one who can save you from the most dangerous of mountains, one who can help you escape the clutches of death. You may make your choice then, or even decide to accompany them.
Hey, watch out, priestess. One of those sufferings you just mentioned really happened to her. The things you say are oddly profound at times.
Forget it. It doesn't really matter. Maybe the destination of this journey is the journey itself. Harold and Palace, heck, Harold will even give her a drink. I will pray for you, young lady. The road you tread stretches far, very far indeed. You are a warrior, a brave, preserving warrior. Your bravery is etched on your weapon, etched on your limbs, etched in your very soul itself. Though your eyes are hazy now, a strong rain will wash it all away and your vision will be clear once more. I apologize for not being able to devote myself to the task of earning your trust. We all have the same, more important things to do. I'm so suspicious of you. You, me, and that adorable Sarkaz warrior. We're all on a journey without a destination, struggling and suffering to move onwards for the sake of our souls, even as we seek that one thing we must experience, the most important thing. To find a place for ourselves.
Hey, time to tune shifts. Right. Hey, Sarkaz. What? Shouldn't you tell us your name by now? Or do you really not want to go by Sarkaz? A name's just a name. You call your priestess goddess. She calls herself priestess palace. Does it really make her so? Whatever. Though after we win the war, the only name you'll be leaving to the legends will be Sarkaz then? Ha, let's see if we even survive. You're pretty confident, Minoan. It's not really important whether I'm hailed as a hero or in history. As long as I'm a Sarkaz, as long as I'm treated as a Sarkaz no matter what I do, it's not too bad to be fighting alongside heroes. Priestess Palace, what are you doing here?
Ah, Mr. Sarkaz.
Don't call me that. Why are you standing at night watch? Did something happen?
Not something to mobilize the masses, I hope. It's just that today's events have been weighing heavily on me. I have had an urge to come here to find the answers I seek.
Well, what are you still thinking about? What, are you still thinking about that Sargon Kuranta soldier? What's so special about her?
No, it's exactly the opposite. She's normal through and through. She's normal, yet she hurries along as if running away from some evil spirit while keeping everyone at arm's length. She does not seem predisposed to such behavior. I'll presume that a great change has occurred recently, one that has left her despondent. Mr. Sarkaz, what do you think could have happened?
No idea. I don't share interest in going through people's life stories. I only need to know that what you're doing here. You act as if you want me to do something while also looking at me like you're just loitering around. Tell me, what's on your mind? Mercurial goddess.
Shh. Gauss's blade.
Who's there?
It's just as you said, Mr. Sarkaz. It's difficult to discern one's heart, and my fateful encounter with the Kuranta visitor was sadly lacking in depth. Even so, you and I have witnessed her fragility. Her fortitude is bent and broken, and she's at her most vulnerable right now. There isn't much we can do for her, with a good breakfast being the greatest courtesy we can confer. Even so, that poor Kuranta soldier, her only pursuit right now, is the power to grasp her own fate. To choose a destination of her own, or to end it on her own terms. No matter what, she possesses the same goal as ourselves, to search for freedom. That is her mission. Try as I may, I'm unable to imagine how vile it must be. That evil spirit behind the loss of her freedom. I never believed I would face such a saddening scene. Ah, Mr. Sarkaz, do you weep for such a tragedy? As things are now, perhaps I should make my warning clear in advance, so that the approaching battle will reach a more direct conclusion. I know, right? I hope it reaches him soon. Malign one, you're different from that earlier traveler. Your body reeks of the stench of blood and evil. You have a cruel plan, and the target is one much weaker than you. You wish to carry out a murder, a hunt, a dirty plan to brag about upon this holy land of Minos. This I will never allow. Without warning, a shadow leaps out of the dark night and rushes towards the Minoan priestess. In an instant, his attack is blocked by an opposing blade. The attacker immediately falls back.
Ooh. Stand aside, my kin. This obnoxious priestess who keeps rambling on about inane topics annoys me. It seems that you don't understand her words, which is to say that you don't know why she's so unhappy right now. I have my own task. I believe it should have nothing to do with you. She seems to want to stop me from finding a Kuranta soldier. I can see that she's been anticipating a battle since before I tracked the clues here. Since she wants to protect my target, she must die. What are you doing here then? I'm working as a soldier, helping the Minoans here. Ah, we're not enemies then. We both have a job to do, so let's go on our own ways. Is a witch's life part of your responsibilities? That's not something you need to think about. Indeed, every swing of my blade has a price, and I have no reason to waste my energy here. Unless that absurd speech of hers has displeased me. Maybe I want to drag her horns along to point a faster path to the Kuranta soldier. I haven't guessed wrongly, have I? Which?
What an uncultured and ill-mannered beast. You viewed yourself as a dirty blade and refused all counsel. Is it really the case?
Spitz, that's enough. Kinsman, I have no quarrel with you. Close one eye and leave if you know what's good for you.
The assassin prepares to strike at the priestess, however, the mercenary steps in front of her, not moving an inch.
Oh, what's this? You're a sarcast. You really think that you'll be treated as an honored bodyguard, with nothing but the blessings of the Minoans? Nothing to do with the priestess. I just think that you've lived a really sad life.
It's not like they like the priestess or anything.
Don't tell me you've never done such things. Frankly, you're no match for me.
Nay, ruthless intruder, wicked pursuer, it is because of the blind arrogance of yours that you will lose. Heroes do not await death meekly. Moreover, heroes do not stand as the monsters chase their prey about. Blinded by money and power as you are, you've already forgotten how shameful it is to persecute and kill.
Whatever you say. If you really have the stuff, I'll stop after cutting off one of your horns. To be honest, I think my talents are being wasted on a simple deserter. Wouldn't I get a nicer reward if I brought back a Minoan head? Since you have cursed and insulted me so, I no longer hold the slightest bit of remorse for the devil-bewitched heart of yours. For the sake of that Kuranta traveler's safety, I will not let you leave alive, cruel assassin. Pitiful, tragic Sarkas warriors, your once chaotic hearts are no longer the same. You have each stepped on vastly different paths. There's only one ending for Sarkas. Salvation does not exist. Shut up, witch. Here we come!
Ooh. This battle in a dark night was never recorded in the annals of history. Some souls continue running, becoming ever purer in their journey of life. Yeah, I wonder how the mercenaries are doing. In time, they will shine with the brightest light. In time, these sparks of light will gather about the traveling Rose Island, becoming a glorious blaze that moves ever onwards. That was sweet. Tonight, Palace wins. She wins hands down. It was nice being able to see more about her and the others. Or her bodyguard. Like, I like Bodyguard, he's cool. I want to see him again. I hope we see him in the event. It'd be nice if he gets to see Pals again. See how she's doing. That's what I'm gonna hope for in the event. Like, they're the best duo right now. They win. Free because of the changing way of life. No longer means a survival, but truly a way of life as... Yeah, not just a job, it means to survive. Like, that'd be ideal. That'd be very good for them. Just gotta believe. Hopefully it's gonna be all okay. I'm rooting for their happy ending. They got this. So yeah, it's gonna be fun when the event finally drops. I'm excited for that. Like, that's gonna be great. Palace wins. I like Palace the most. Going in, I was thinking I was gonna like Perfumer the most because I like using her on my team. But Palace won me over. Like, you go, Palace. I believe in you, but I still want Perfumer's perfumes. The perfumes will probably smell good. Like, she's so capable. She does everything good. Like, I can see how she was able to maintain some peace treaties. Like, you go, girl. After this, I'm debating if I want to drink some juice. Now, I probably should drink my juice. That's gonna be my dinner after all. I'm gonna drink some green juice. It's full of vegetables and fruits. It's healthy enough. Too late to, like, microwave anything. So time for some green juice for dinner. Yummy. Yeah, it's sad though how... like, the reason behind her drinking. Like, dang, girl. Hopefully the Minoan event does her well. So it'll be nice for her to return. I really hope she meets up with Bodyguard. Fingers crossed. Now I should have my dinner, my green juice. I forget what it's called. It's just green juice to me. Like, Safeway green juice. Goes to smoothie section, grabs juice. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day at Gacha Luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. I'll have my juice. I could also have a protein bar, but nah, I'm saving protein bars for work. They're basically my work meals. Because I don't like bringing actual food to work that much. I don't like using the microwave and fridge. I feel like I'm hogging it. I know I'm not. But at the same time, like, I can't bring myself to do it. So it's either ordering through DoorDash and hoping it comes there in time, or protein bar, protein shake.